Are we not talking on today's episode?
Yeah. Hi. How's everybody doing?
Good. Happy Memorial Day, guys.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah. Memorial
This
Day,
movie.
let's go.
From Memorial Day.
Honestly, if
Fitting.
you want to drive the point
So
home,
fitting.
this is a good movie to do it.
Like an ironic Veterans Day movie.
Point home.
Yeah. I was debating if I should put the American flag behind Rambo, and I'm like, yeah. He got there eventually, but
Yes.
Trusted him with $3 million worth of equipment back in Nam.
yeah.
When
Now
did
he's,
you
now
get
he's
here?
nothing.
I snuck in.
I
Yeah.
was like, what?
Yeah, I snuck in.
Yeah, let's go.
Nothing is working today. Absolutely nothing. I had two USB-C ports die. I was like scrambling around here. I'm
Oh
in
my
a hot
God.
sweat now, but I made it. I'm alive. So
We'll get your glizzies and get recharged.
listen, that's all I need to make my day better.
Wait, get your glissies. What are
Hot
glissies?
dogs, right? Hot
What
dogs?
is a glizzy? It's a hot dog.
Oh,
It's okay.
I think we had this. Didn't we? Yeah, didn't we
Yes,
have
we
this
have.
discussion before? I
She used
spent
to be a
most of my
vegetarian.
childhood outside of the country, so
And a vegetarian.
keep that in mind.
Right.
Yeah, and I used to be vegetarian. Yes. Oh my God, I had the best steak today. Amazing.
Let's go.
Awesome. I always love a good redemption story.
I
Yeah.
too grew up as a vegan, and I have ribs on the smoker.
You grew up as
Nice.
a
Go.
vegan? What?
Yes.
I
Yes.
knew you were vegetarian, but I did not know you were a vegan. What does that
I
say?
see. Okay, hold on.
Oof.
Vegan.
Hold on.
Oof.
I think
Hey,
it
first
says
of
vegan.
all, sir, that was
Uh-huh.
your fault. I'm sorry, Kings. We'll get to your super chat here in a little bit. Everybody's blaming me for getting sick. I am sick.
Yeah. You spread the
I
plague.
can tell.
I did not
so
spread
you
the
made
plague.
everybody else sick.
That was Beardo.
Oh, come
All
on.
right,
That's
he
the
just
most
traveled the
thing to
country.
do.
He went to L.A. and got
That's true.
the Shasta virus or whatever they call it.
Uh-huh.
I just assumed it was
Oh.
the Irish
Shasta?
collar.
You mean the Hanto virus? Hanto?
The Hanta, I thought it was
virus?
Shasta. Okay, because Shasta.
I like
makes you feel like you got
Shasta.
a- makes you
I
feel
don't
like you
think
got a
that's a
virus.
The
real
Fanta
word.
virus. It comes in 4 different flavors.
Oh, that's not. Your jokes make me even more sick. all right,
Yeah.
Cajun.
You know,
And you're not much to look at
Hey.
either. All right, chill.
I love Cajun
Uh.
Corey's jokes. They're hilarious.
Yeah,
They make me
somehow
laugh.
Shane better get Shane. Jeez, I saw Shasta. I was thinking of
Shane.
Blaine. It's like Shane. Blaine
We
better
should
get
watch
checked out
Shane.
because if he didn't catch anything, he's got like something worse.
Yeah, funny enough. So I am fine, seem to be, but then I got back, and today the wife is sick. So I'm like, did I bring it home and
Oh.
just pass it to her and not even catch it
all
myself?
right there. That's what we call an asymptomatic
be.
carrier.
That's right.
It could
That's
be. I was sick last week, so
Yeah, there's stuff going around.
Mo made me sick
as-
last week. Yeah, Mo
That
was
has
just
nothing to do
making
with the
everybody
virus.
sick.
You're just generally sick with me, and that's okay. That's what I'm aiming for.
See, all my contact with Mo is very safe. It's over the phone.
at a
Smart.
distance.
Smart
Via
at a
email.
distance. Yeah,
That's the best way to
That's
contact
smart.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. We'll see. We'll see if I can not pass out during this stream. But yes, unfortunately, I know I saw you all bring it up in the chat. Jay is unable to make the stream tonight because his travel got messed up, as generally happens when you're traveling in the United States. Flights got messed up. So he was unable to make it back in time. He's still probably in the air at the moment. So
Yeah.
yep. Just the sick boys and the vegetarian girls, you know.
I'm not sick. I'm
quite the
doing just
crew.
fine. What are you talking about? I'm on my usual
Sure you are.
chipper self.
Ah, okay.
Well,
Well-
before this everything started, I was already getting messages being like, "I can't wait for Jonas to hate this amazing movie." So
What?
that was
no, that's not
Wow.
happening. Rambo's a great movie. I did hate
Good.
Rambo the
Wow.
first time I watched it, which was later than most people watch Rambo, but I love it now. I think that monologue at the end, man,
Bro.
it's hard. It's like
yeah, that was insane.
it's bold too as a filmmaker to like stop and say, you
Mhm.
know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna depress the audience with some really hard truth.
Yeah.
But also, if you think about it, no, the ending that they were gonna go with before had him die. So this was the better ending.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm. So when you
Well-
when you think about in terms of like, oh, the depressing ending, this was not as depressing as the other one would have been, in my opinion.
Yeah, but it would have made more sense because even when you watch me, but we will get into that. We're going to talk about other depressing things. Believe me, much more depressing things than Rambo. To start off
no.
with. And thank goodness, because not thank goodness, we're talking about depressing things. Thank goodness Blaine is here with me. He actually suffered with me in person.
Yeah.
Let's take a look on Critical List. Let me pull it up here real quick.
The score has gone up.
Well, I had nowhere else to go.
That is very true. That is
That's-
very
wow.
true. Yeah. very
It
true.
was. I'm surprised it's went up. Oh wow! I'm kind of shocked.
You want to
Okay.
clue us in? You want to put it on
Yeah,
screen?
yeah. No, I
You
might.
need to
I'm
share
thinking,
it.
I'm thinking about
I was
it.
shocked. It's slowly working its
mean,
way up.
You can't talk about a score and not put it up so everybody knows
Ay,
what you're talking about.
Cállate. Un momento.
No, you have to say cállate, mujer. Go like this.
Oh, well, I was gonna say something else besides mujer, but anyways.
Wow. Wow.
What does silencio gringo mean? That's what they usually call me at the store.
It
just
means
be
shout
quiet,
out,
white boy.
gringo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
All right,
technically,
so-
gringo means foreigner, somebody that does not speak Spanish natively.
But like in any other country, it means they're directing it towards white people, just like Gaijin or Guaylo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is. I'm surprised. This was what? What was this a few days ago when we talked about
Oh.
this?
Dude, it
Like-
was
You
it
mean-
was it was like 30s, or maybe even for a bit it was like high 20s, then we were in low 30s, and it's slowly been working its way up. So clearly all of us that saw it early did not like it, and maybe what we did was we softened the blow for those that followed behind us. That's my only.
Like tempered expectations properly, and then
Yeah.
but even okay. There's
A bit of
value,
entertainment
bits.
value. Facts.
I just, if you're comparing this, let's not compare it to a movie, right? Like, because there's some movies
Right.
that if you get the right idea about what you're watching, like it's fine. I know people that went into like Napoleon Dynamite expecting, I don't know, a more traditional comedy, and they hated it. But if you know what you're getting into, like a movie that is basically has no plot and is complete side characters,
Right.
yes, okay, Napoleon Dynamite is fantastic, which I think it is fantastic.
it is.
It is.
If you judge this as literally just 3 episodes of the series put on a big screen, is it worse than the show, or is it better than the show?
It is better than season 3.
Well, okay, there's that. Season 3 was awful.
It is. I'm trying to think if it's better than season 2, and I parts of it are better than season 2.
Season 2 was Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
Finale.
I know.
So
So not really.
Yeah. So we are going to. Yeah, it's excellent. How are you sending messages and you're on the panel? Oh, my bad.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's a very low bar. Yeah, I want a high bar.
Exactly.
No, we'll definitely dip into it. It's inevitable between me and Blaine having to watch this suffer through this movie. Actually, it's definitely not as good as season 2. Season 2, for whatever faults there were, the narrative was at least interesting somewhat, and there was some halfway decent pacing and some good halfway good filler episode. Like I wasn't aware of anything going wrong at that point. Like it wasn't like, okay, I wasn't acutely aware of, literally.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have to enhance the picture.
oh, I
do
forgot.
have
You
one.
guys literally watched this together. See, like
We all saw it together.
See, this is the lore that you're missing here for informing the audience that didn't happen to travel to Georgia this last week.
Yep.
So y'all were all in Savannah at the 9 Line factory shop. I don't know all the
Compound?
facilities out there.
Headquarters.
Yeah.
Compound
Head-
I like the word
yeah.
compound. That
Compound's
fits.
better.
Enclave.
Yeah.
And do this big old meetup. And I've seen the pictures. I'm not jealous. I'm okay. It's okay, guys. It's fine. But there's this picture in the back of a movie theater, just like 6 people. You, Mo, I should say you, since I can't point.
Right.
Mo, Blaine, Beardo, X-Wing. Who else?
Wicked, Jay.
And then
Right.
literally right after he took that picture, 3 other people showed up to the theater. We were kind of disappointed.
That's
Right. But that's still only 3 others. And it was us on the back row and 3 other people. And there was no one in that theater. I mean, it was dead. Even from the showing before, it was completely dead. In a theater that contains the tallest IMAX ever, apparently. So
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, they spent all the money on the IMAX because the theater we were in, somebody's like, "Is that Gary's room?" Like
Right.
it was like somebody's home theater in their basement. Like it was
Right.
It was really-
Well, I've never seen a theater that had movie. The seats in the movie theater had like pillows that weren't detached from the seats.
Yeah.
I was like, how are people not stealing all these pillows? It was weird.
Were they like actually pillows, or they were like
Yeah.
vinyl?
No,
And
you could
that's-
move around.
both.
Put them behind your head.
Yeah,
put them
they're
behind
both.
your back.
They were loose pillows that were vinyl.
Like on purpose?
Yes.
Yeah, they're on every
Super
seat.
Weird.
And there were chargers built into the seats. I don't know if you guys noticed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were chargers built into the seats.
So
All
your
they needed
review
to
of the
give you-
seats is better than your review of the movie.
Oh, the seats were great. Obviously,
Good
Beardo's gave it a
seats.
10 out of 10. He fell asleep.
Right.
All they needed
So-
to give you was a blanket, and you're set.
Exactly. Well, and the problem, we were trying to decide after we got out, because in the theater there were 3 other people. The 3 people were dead silent the whole film, and we were trying to decide if it was that they were not entertained as well, or were they mad at us because we were laughing and cheering at every moment in which you were not supposed to laugh and cheer. Like there was a
I
moment
think they
where
were
Mando,
asleep.
there was a moment when Mando's supposed to die, and X-Wing jumps up and is like, "Yeah!" And we were like, "They're gonna hate
And
us."
the by far the biggest offender was Jay. He's like, that's
Yeah.
stupid. Or he's like, I guarantee you they were
That's awesome.
exactly.
Yeah, they hated us.
That's awesome.
They wouldn't turn around to look at us or anything. That was the best part of the movie, was pissing off the other 3 people in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm surprised there were other 3 people in the movie, period.
right.
Literally, like showtime, they showed up. Like we took that picture when we thought it was okay. There's about to be showtime. We're ready to go, and they're
Yeah.
just, but oh hi.
Now we do need to highlight Beardo's point here, is that one good thing did come out of this movie, and it's that there's a song in this movie that we listened to on repeat for 2 days straight.
We
Because
really did.
It's a bop. Let me just
It was-
tell you, it slaps.
Is it on the soundtrack?
Yes, it is
Yes.
on the soundtrack.
I'm,
Do you
I
remember
mean,
the
I'm
name?
with you there. It's a really
Shakiru, I think.
Yeah,
Shakiru,
something.
Shakiru, or something like that.
Shakiru?
Shakiru, dude. Like once it
This
started
song
playing,
slaps.
we started dancing.
It was our victory song.
Yeah,
But then we
like
played
2
it-
days straight.
Yeah, we played it like full blast in Blaine's car on the way out of the parking lot, and we're like, all right, like it's
I mean,
it's
oh,
actually
It is very Star Wars to have a soundtrack that's like better than the entire movie, you know.
Right. Yeah, we ended up putting Beardo's phone on the at the golf course. It was on our golf cart, and we blasted the song while we were riding around the golf course. So
Oh my god, that's even better. That's awesome.
dude,
I
I wish we
found
could,
it. I found it,
There
and
it
I added it to my hype playstist.
That
So
slaps.
I wish we could play it without getting. In
I know
trouble.
we'd get popped, I'm sure.
Can we play the first little bit of it?
You want to do
Maybe
that
I
on
think
Jay's
you can
channel while he's
play
not here?
10
Go for
seconds.
it. Yeah.
You can
I
only play 10
know.
seconds, I think. But
I would-
I don't think
your
that's a good
reputation's
idea.
on the
man.
line.
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
what if
There's
you
nothing,
link
there's
it?
nothing
But
like
what if you link it to
demonetizing the
song?
only remaining channel that's been untouched so far.
Well,
from
it
Jay.
doesn't.
For real.
It doesn't have pew pews
This
in
is-
it, so
This is what I would do, though, Mo. I would just link it in chat so other people can listen to it in their own time.
what?
That's
Okay, so what is the name of it? Because you'll find it.
Shakiri, I'll find it.
yeah.
I'll put it in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chat. I'll
Yeah,
find
yeah.
it on
But
YouTube or
it's
something.
called
There you go.
Hatsune Miku. Put that in the chat for the children out there.
Yeah.
No.
So are Mo and I the only people on the panel that have seen this
No
movie?
Leaf Clover. It's
Yes.
actually called No Leaf Clover.
Yep. So
Okay.
So I was about to start with the only person that had seen it, but we're gonna spoil it, and the other three are okay with us spoiling it. But
Yeah. You'll be
suffice.
We're here for all the mango.
So you have
and the
been.
grok.
See, I can't watch this movie because I'm allergic to mango.
Mm.
That checks out.
That's a
I
good
heard it's a
excuse.
relative of poison ivy. A cousin.
Yes, it is.
I can't watch this. I can't watch this movie because I'm trying to support Joe in being allergic to mango.
Mhm.
All right.
I break out in
First of
hives.
all, I was literally dying on the way home, sir. All right, I
He
had
did-
to
he
stop.
did bail
and
and go.
rest. Yes, I did. But you know, if I do owe you any money, I would have been. I would. Yeah, I. Just got
It's
you.
all right.
Yeah.
We met
Yeah.
your doppelganger. There was a dude that did they send you the picture? We met a guy
No.
and X-Wing took a photo with this guy to say that we found you to play golf with you. So
Oh, that is so awesome! I
You say
love it.
Choppelganger? Is that like
yeah.
Chopped is
It's like-
the bad one, right?
Yeah, it is right. It's like a doppelganger, but a worse version.
Was
So
he
they
eating
don't have the
avocados?
Riz.
Did he have like
wasn't
an
even-
avocado keychain? Because
Right,
that's
he
what
was
Mo
not.
does.
That's right.
Well, before we get into making fun of me more and this movie more, let's get some super chats. We got a few that came in before, and we'll jump into the spoilers here. But first, we got Llama Pajamas. For 2, all he wanted was something to eat. Yeah. Talking about Rambo. We'll get
Facts.
into that. Mechanism Studios for 5. When are we doing Nacho Libre? It might actually be better. It might be a better manly AF movie, though. Still the most quotable movie of all.
I have
Quotable
made
movie of all
so
time.
ma-
I disagree with that, but yeah.
Whoa. People
Yeah.
don't think I know buttloads of crap about the Gospels, but I do.
So
My
good.
robes, they were stinky.
I have had friendships forged by Nacho Libre quotes. That movie is awesome.
Hot take. I've never seen it.
Never seen it
What?
either.
Well,
It's not
since you don't habla español, maybe we can watch this movie and you can learn a little bit about Spanish culture, Mexican culture. Sorry.
right.
Well, neither of us are Mexican. We're both Colombian.
See,
Yeah, we're both
exactly.
Colombian.
That's why you need to
Very
see it.
different cultures.
Well, I said Spanish culture too, but
Yeah.
who's counting?
Spanish culture is very different from
It
Mexican
is.
culture.
It's like white people who happen to speak Spanish.
Yeah, basically.
Man, that would be a good one. Anyone wants to throw that one? Well, does that count? Nacho Libre. That's $5 in the coffer for Nacho.
Yes, that
Do you
counts.
not
Unless-
realize I've had the diarrhea since Easter?
This is the worst lunch I have ever had in my entire life.
They needed more of that guy in the movie. I could say that. Life on Marshmallows for 2. Respect to the fallen this Memorial Day. Amen, sir.
Thanks.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And then we have King's Advisors for 2. Mo and Blaine got me sick.
Oh no, is King sick too?
Yes, he is.
No. Holy
showed up for-
crap.
2 hours to hang out. He drove longer than he would. Sorry, dude.
Hey, listen, all this proves even more so is all right. All you guys got sick. Beardo and X-Wing were complaining about Cookout hurting their tum-tums. This just proves that I have a tougher constitution than all you boys. I made it out unscathed of all events. So
Or you're patient 0 for something. I think it's
Or that.
more likely. Yeah.
or that.
I would believe it that Blaine is probably the guy who can go to the fridge, see the expiration date from like a week ago, and still just eat the whole thing and be fine.
That's
I mean, I
right.
wouldn't want to sit next to him in
That
the
tracks.
No.
in the hours after, but
Wouldn't
you know.
advise it.
That tracks.
he's gonna
I
be
that
can
fine.
handle
tracks.
it.
That
Yeah.
checks out.
Sorry, Kings. But also, you're welcome. Cajun Corey for 5. What do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate stuck in his hair? Chocolate chip Wookie.
There we go.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like it.
I also
That's
love
hilarious.
how all of chat is calling me out and remembering that every time I've gone to Florida, I've gotten sick. This is the first time I've gone and not gotten sick.
I actually held my tongue because I wanted to be like,
Yeah.
weren't you sick during MegaCon, Mr.
It's been
Hardy Constitution?
yeah, every time I go.
Mhm.
Every time I go.
All right, we got one more here, and then I'm going to address something that Beardo said, so that's a lie. Cool Gamer 4.0, member for 2 months. Sevi is the best.
Hello, Cool Gamer. Thank you for being here.
There you go. And all right, this is a lie. This is an absolute lie.
There's a nugget of truth in there, a large one.
How
The-
did you
the-
lose beer pong? How bad were you?
I was
I'm guessing
bad
he
for
lost because bad aim, Sev. That's pretty much how that works.
Yeah, that is-
Disappointed.
I needed a
It's
little while to
not
get warmed
hard.
up, but when I got warmed up, I don't think Beardo won that much unless someone was on his team. So
It took Mo about 36 games, but after that, Mo
Oh
was
my
on
god!
fire. He
Yeah,
was
I
on
couldn't-
fire.
Oh my god! This game is not that hard. This game is fun.
Okay. You want to try?
Yeah, let's do it.
We were putting in work.
Next
It was pretty
MegaCon.
competitive.
We'll set up
Guys,
the table. We'll do it.
X-Wing Beardo, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, forgive me. I'm the non-drinker, very sheltered childhood here. If you lose beer pong, you drink when the other person scores, right?
Which we did. If we actually adhered to that rule, we wouldn't be talking right now.
Because Mo and I both had like
Yeah.
half a
Been-
bottle of vodka apiece.
Oh yeah,
so,
it was more than we usually have.
You
But
don't
we
have
kind of
to.
realized let's just play the game.
Yeah.
That's what it was for
Yeah.
the next 3 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just play the
Yeah.
game. You don't have to down the beer. I personally don't
Yeah.
like beer, so I prefer not to.
No, we didn't.
But it's still fun.
Yep, but it just became sports, and that was it.
Mhm.
We were
Mhm.
checking
Yeah,
in
it
on
was
the
just-
Stanley Cup. It was just sports all night. So
Yeah.
had pizza. It was great. So
It was a good
yeah,
time.
for those who we got to meet up in Savannah, I hope you're not sick, but we had a blast.
Yeah.
And thank you for
Oh
being
my
there.
god.
But
You're probably
those were
all
the-
sick. If you're sick,
and
please post on Twitter and blame Mo. Thank you.
Maybe we can
No,
start a
don't
class
blame me.
action lawsuit, Sevi.
No.
Yeah, let's do
No,
it.
no, no.
Yes.
Hey, let's get into the spoilers.
yeah, for Mando. For Mango.
Let's get into
and
the
Grok.
spoilers.
Mango and Grok.
Okay, so all right, let me share the screen again here because that's one thing I love about Criticless is you can get a score on the other crappy tomato site. I won't even call it what it is, and you won't get the drill down of what actually stinks about it or what you don't like about it. And you have this
Right,
language to entertainment value, lots of stuff there. I gave it a 19%.
Yeah, you
Because-
slammed this thing.
Because none of it was good. Because we talked about all this stuff that I put in the review after the fact. It's like the color grading, the music, the music wasn't bad in and of itself. It's the way they use
It's
it.
the way it was carried out.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
way it
the
was
fact
carried
that
out,
like
man.
the awesome synth thong, yes, song
What?
was great. Yeah, I know. In the scene where the synth song showed up, it was excellent, and then they continued to use it in scenes that were not fitting of the vibe throughout the film, and so it was very jarring. It was pretty
It was
odd.
din jarring.
Yes, din jarring.
Yep. And this seems to be the theme of the newest reviews. And this is from Moosey, which if you're in the chat, say hello. But this Star Wars movie is just a fun adventure, no more, no less. And I think no more, no less is pretty much the best way to put this movie.
Right.
Overall, it's like there's nothing to it. It's the most inoffensive thing anybody's ever put out. They're playing it so safe now. They're so afraid to put anything out. Went in with a low
There's
bar. There you go.
I mean,
so that's
yeah,
saying
there's
what-
a-
yeah.
I mean,
A
can we-
lot of decence come through today.
if you, and I'm not telling you need to, but because you don't have to look at the cast list to get this idea, but there's no one in this movie. I mean, it is the
No.
cast of the show on like an off episode kind of cast. Like Jeremy Allen is in this, okay, as the voice of Road to the Hut, and he's not like, I've seen the clip and I
Bro.
was confused.
It's
My
So, but-
dad, he's the worst. Oh my god, I hate him. I'm nothing like my dad.
I'm
they
not
don't
the
do-
man he was. I'm not a man. Like the Hut is describing himself as a man. I'm not the same man as Jabba.
It's
Right, but I look at this and okay, you got less than 5 minutes of Pedro Pascal. I hear Sigourney Weaver's not in it that much, and then the rest of it is just people who have been in Star Wars. Like even Anthony Daniels apparently phoned it in, like he's just a voice. And
Oh,
Anthony
dude.
Daniels is in anything Star Wars.
Anthony
who
Dan-
was he?
C-3PO?
C-3PO, yeah, he's the voice of the dispatch guy or something like that. I was looking through the credits, so I was trying to figure out, okay, well, where's IG-11? Taika Waititi, not in this movie. Obviously, Grief Karga, Carl Weathers, not in this movie for good reasons, except that this movie is missing a major character. Let's see, Giancarlo Esposito, not in this movie.
not here.
Luke Skywalker, who they obviously have the rights to Mark Hamill's face forever.
Yeah.
Not in this movie. And of course, Gina Carano, not in this movie. So Like they did a movie and they didn't even say this is going to be a big event. Like they had a Endgame and they had Rise of Skywalker at the same time in theaters. I mean, they were same year, and they had literally every person they could get into Endgame and literally every person they could get into Star Wars in either of those movies. Like they're banging around with all of the action figures, just banging them against each other. And this one, it literally looks like they said, well, what are the cheapest episodes that we could get as far as casting goes, and then just put it on screen.
Yeah, there's a lot of phoned in this movie. It is across the board, and dude, all I gotta say is there's a moment.
What do you mean by phoned in?
Like just half-ass.
Yeah,
like
okay.
literally
performances
Mailed
like,
in. Yeah.
mailed in. Yeah,
Okay,
not zero effort performances, especially Pedro, like just as dry and as bland as humanly possible. It is, which also it's just there's so much about this where it's like you can feel every episode of the show that this is broken up into. It's like there's an episode, there's an episode, there's the end of the other episode.
Wow.
You feel it. Like there are moments, even like you were talking about with Sigourney Weaver, where like there's a moment where we all cackled because it was supposed to be an epic moment, but she's flying a TIE fighter and it just looked like grandma flying a TIE fighter, and we're all just like,
Oh,
Yeah, they cut
to her in the
cockpit.
That's so bad.
it looks like the helmet's too heavy for Mima. She's like this.
Yeah.
She's like calling in.
Oh no.
No, that's awful.
But
It's bad.
but knowing what Sigourney Weaver can do and how great of an actress she is, to see her like just be like getting that paycheck, it's just like,
yeah.
it's kind of sad. Yeah,
And
She just-
Wow.
yeah.
my biggest beef, and I was okay. I was like, look, this is not the worst thing I've ever seen. Definitely not the best. Sitting right in the middle. There's a moment in this movie where they're like, hey, we're gonna go silent film for like, I don't know. It felt like in a lifetime of just.
I thought it was
Grogu.
over a half hour. Apparently, it was only 20 to 25 minutes, but it felt
it-
like forever.
It was 20 minutes too long. Of Grogu just doing Grogu stuff, and I wanted to leave. It sucked. Yeah, the
Even with
Grogu
puppet-
stuff.
I mean, I also have this gripe that Grogu it's not even a puppet all the time. It's just a prop.
Yes.
So it's like trying to, I imagine for an actor, it's like trying to do a scene with a Hello Kitty plush. It's just there. And once you realize that it is an inanimate object, it's like when you realize that the Muppet's eyes don't move, it just takes you out of it. So the idea of this thing, which will never grow, it's not a character. It's really not a character. It's not Frank Oz with the Yoda puppet where he's taking this piece of rubber and you are like, it's eerie how lifelike Yoda is. Baby Yoda or Grogu or whatever we're calling it, it's just a toy. And that is all it is there to do, is to sell toys. And it's like a gizmo with all of its fur rubbed off.
Mhm.
Bruh, there was a scene where they just basically ripped off Gremlins 2. When he
100%.
suits up. It is. I went, oh, you kidding me? Because
Could've
like
used
I
some
love.
Hulk Hogan in this. I'm gonna assume.
Oh, it could have. Dude,
They could have wheeled
I-
Hulk Hogan in now, and it would have been better acting than we saw in this movie.
Whoa!
Is it true that Grogu's eyes don't move at all?
I think
They're black,
Grogu's
right?
moves eye because there
black.
are some. It's CGI, but yeah, they do move on some level.
Oh, I.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is jarring. Just the level of you leave and you're like, they put this in theaters? Like that's what they decided to do this movie in the theater? It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't feel worth it. I'd rather watch Solo easily.
Me
than this
too.
movie.
I actually like Solo though.
I do.
know.
I don't hate it. I mean, I thought it was okay. I don't think it's like the best thing ever, but I definitely like it a lot better than this movie.
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing. Well, the story is too thin. It's very simple. But there's certain parts where it's like people have been pointing it out, and I didn't realize when I was watching it, but I felt like this is wrong. There's a point where he's talking to the guy that owns Road to the Hut. Road to the Hut is a fighter for hire, basically.
Mhm.
But he's like captured and kidnapped, but he's okay with it.
Wait,
so-
he's a fighter for hire or he's captured. What like
Both.
He's,
Both.
Both. I'm not
okay.
kidding.
It's
Um,
weird.
It's weird. Yep.
Why? This makes no sense.
So the whole premise is that he gets captured by a crime lord he's a gladiator, and they're supposed to Mando is supposed to go find him and bring him back to the remaining huts. But long story short, basically he doesn't want to go back to the huts because he knows that the huts just want to kill him because he would inherit the empire, his father's like the Hut Empire, and so essentially he's okay being a slave, like Beardo said, and he wants to stay a slave and then eventually get freed, but the rub here is that he's never actually going to be freed. They're going to kill him off before he's freed. And so this all culminates in a gladiator fight that is literally just the whole space chess from Star
Hollow
Wars.
chess.
Hollow chess.
Yeah.
It's hollow chess played out IRL.
Yeah,
Like-
literally with remember the body slam? Do you remember? I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play with it's so bad. But here's the worst part about all that. We didn't even there's so much bad that we missed this part. The guy that owns the arena with all the gladiators and stuff. He's like he basically says, I get these people, they work for me, they're fighters, and then I give them one last fight and I end up killing them. And then he goes right to Mando without like literally in the same scene. He's like, you want to work for me? You want to go in the arena? Like he literally it's like not even they don't break to another scene, doesn't bring him back. It's in the same scene where they're sitting with each other. He brings that up.
Yeah.
It's written by a hack. It's carried out by hacks. It's so bad, dude. It's such a bad movie. But the best part, the one that where people laughed the hardest, well, people, us in the back row, was Dewana Wonga.
Yeah, Dewanawanga.
They wanna wonga? What how did they use it?
You go ahead, Blaine.
It's just pointless because isn't it Mando that says it? He's the one
Yeah,
that actually says it, correct?
He goes Dewana Wonga.
No.
Yeah.
I don't get
Yes,
it.
he does.
I don't get it.
No.
So
That's what Bib Fortuna says in Return of the Jedi. They wanna wonga. It's like when somebody does an impression of the alien language from Return of the Jedi, like that's the line that they say.
Oh, and this is the crazy part. Everybody speaks English. They speak
everybody
basic.
speaks English in this.
The Huts, you know,
That
there's
makes no sense. I thought the Huts didn't like speaking anything other than Huttese. Why would they? I know they speak basic, but I know that they don't like it. Why would they have everybody speak English?
You think this is you think this is like he's like kind of a hyperbolizing? No, he literally almost fell out of his chair. He
Oh
was
yeah,
so-
yeah. Beardo goes,
Oh my
no.
And X-Wing's like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh
was so-
no!
Yeah, it's jarring watching Rhoda speak English throughout the whole thing. And like we said, X-Wing put in the chat, like he sounds like this stoner bro that just like hates his dad. And it is so weird and jarring. And then on top of that, the twins who are Huts, they start speaking English at a point off and on. Also, the Babu Fricks, whatever those guys are, they speak English now fully. It is... It's so jarring every time it happens, and you're just like, this is so weird. Why are we doing this? Like, are we doing this because we're like catering to kids? And if so, like, but also kids were cool with the alien speak in the original series. Like, I just don't. It was very jarring. But and it's not to say that every last bit of this film is bad. There are several really solid action scenes where like Mando is kicking ass that are great. That I thought that they did fairly well. Early on in the film, where that synthwave song is playing, and it's very like it's almost like a cyberpunk situation. It's very neon. The
works.
city looks cool. It works.
It's a bit heavy-handed, but it does work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it is as the film goes, there is definitely like it is the quality is just continually kind of going down.
I have a question for you, lads. So, did any of the women that were present swoon at the abs on the Jabba son, or was that just some psycho who wrote that article?
Was that in Kotaku?
I would have asked Wicked her opinion, but I think she was asleep for most of the movie. I couldn't tell. I didn't want to wake her up. I wasn't sure if she was just dazed,
right,
or what. But I didn't want to bother her. But she definitely wasn't swooning.
Good.
Well, and so, speaking of the jacked hut, which none of us were super impressed with, and it is kind of weird. It was also kind of funny, but it just didn't quite work. But either way, now that this is all said and done with, the most meaningful thing that this entire film did is make it so that there is no more Hutt empire. There is no more
Yeah.
bad guy Hutts. The Hutts
Why?
are not. The only remaining Hutt is Rhoda the Hutt, who has decided to work for the rebellion.
That's weird. So wait, says the Hutt Empire now exists, but Rhoda the Hutt is at the top of it, even though Boba Fett is supposed
No,
to be at the top
it's
of it,
gone.
isn't he?
Nope.
It's gone. The
Didn't
whole
Boba
thing's
Fett?
gone.
I'm so confused. Okay, also going to point out that Boba Fett is apparently not in this movie unless they just literally have the mask show up, right?
Nope. Not even that.
Okay.
Just looking at the
He's-
cast list for this, I'm disappointed at what this movie could be.
Oh yeah.
As far as we know, the twins were running the Hutt Empire. They die, and Rhoda is the only one left who was supposed to take over. And he is like, I don't want to do this. I'm not a bad guy. I'm super cool, bro. Let's go get me an outfit, and I want to be a good guy.
Wait, he
That's
wears
how
clothes?
this movie ends. They are getting him clothes at the end of the movie. I am
Wait,
not joking about.
Please tell
any
me
of
he's
this.
in like a giant slug version of that orange jumpsuit with the white puffy jacket.
Oh,
Oh no!
chat, mods,
Got
mods.
it. I got it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Come on now. Don't be turds.
Yeah,
We'll
it
allow
is.
anything.
It
Don't
is.
do that.
Yeah, it's bad though. You don't see him in the outfit. It is. This was the thing I think that had X-Wing the most mad, was kind of where they left everything with the Hutts, because that's really the most meaningful thing that came out of this, because it is just Mando and Grogu flying off into the sunset at the end of the film after Rhoda joining the rebels and hanging out with Zeb.
So it's a bomb
And-
that takes out the Hutt twins. Is that supposed to
Yes.
be like all of the Hutts are those two? And then Rhoda is just it? So
I mean,
there literally is no empire. There's just the two that were at the top. No
As
social
far
climber.
as far as what this movie implied,
This is so
that-
dumb.
yeah.
yeah. Oh, and the way they carried it out was a ghetto version of the trench run in Star Wars. Like up to and including the graphics of zero. They zeroed a womp rat in this movie. I'm not even kidding.
Yes.
Remember that?
Were they,
Yes.
were
literally
in a
did what they
were
talk
in a
about in Star Wars.
T16?
Uh,
So apparently every single line of dialogue or every single thing that happened in the original Star Wars trilogy just needs to be fodder for something to be made of it. Like the fact that it's a Dejaric board, okay, sure. Like I saw that at the bottom of the thing and I thought, oh, that's an interesting Easter egg that won't be apparent to everybody. But then it's all of the creatures from
Yes.
the Dejaric board.
Yes.
And the idea that they're what is it, bullseyeing T16, bullseyeing womp rats with a T16, like one line in the later part of Star Wars. Like this is all that Star Wars is. At some point, Star Wars stopped being a thing and started just being about Star Wars, right? I'm not the first person to
Right.
say that, so I'm not going to pretend like I'm like covering new ground here. But at some point, Disney had to make a Star Wars movie, and this was their best option. And I posted this online. There was a moment where they had to make it look like Disney Plus was about $500 to $800 million more profitable in a quarter than they rightfully could. So the only thing that they could do was to cut costs and literally just do journal entries to say, well, this wasn't a Disney Plus expense. This was a movie division expense. And that is about the moment where Moana had a TV series and they made it into Moana 2. And Mandalorian and Grogu was going to have season 4 and they moved it to a movie series.
That's a very good point.
And
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew got pushed back, and Acolyte got pushed back, and anything that could get pushed back and or season 2 got pushed back until they could balance all this stuff out. So this content drought on Disney Plus, all of these big series that are no longer coming out on a regular clip on Disney Plus is, in my opinion, again, legally, I'm not making a statement about something being fraud. They are moving things around not because this is good for the streaming service, but because they need the shareholders to see, oh, we didn't lose that much money this quarter. It's
Right.
all just gamesmanship at this
Yeah,
point. But this
optics.
movie having no stars in it means they didn't increase the budget except for what they had to.
Mhm.
And it's all just, oh, well, we need the Disney Plus books to balance. Like it's even worse than than Batgirl getting canned for tax
Right.
reasons. Like, at least that was exactly what they said it was. So even Jon Favreau, it seems like he maybe knows. Like, he says, I don't know why they made this into a movie.
Yeah. Oh, I think he
Or-
knows. Yeah.
After
I hate
seeing
it for him.
Chef by that man, which is a
That's
fantastic,
such a good movie.
amazing.
And the
movie.
show, even. The show's fantastic.
Yes. It makes me want to eat a Cuban sandwich.
It does.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I hate it for him too, because he was, I heard him talking about like how excited he was, how much he loved the franchise and how like meaningful it would be to make a Star Wars movie. And he was talking about it in relevance to this film. And I'm like, at the end of the day, he knows that like this wasn't really his Star Wars movie, but that's kind of how he's having to hype it up. And I kind of hate it for him that he didn't get to make his Star Wars movie proper, because I think obviously it would have been something it carried out in a way much different than this, because it definitely just does feel like a TV show. And the thing is, for the level of kind of crap that we're talking, like there are obviously people that are liking it okay, or at least like hanging at that decent range. And I put my review at decent, like Pro put his at decent. There are plenty of other people that are, but at the end of the day, this is still not worthy of like releasing in theaters after 7 years of no Star Wars movies. This is what you come out with. Like, it is not worthy of that. That was a massive mistake. And it is even more so just showing like the lowered value that we are at with this franchise.
I really wish that they would just re-release Caravan of Courage and Battle for Endor in theaters at this point. It would make more
Right.
money. Like, the
Battle
debate
for
now
Endor.
is about whether or not this movie is going to break even, which is a completely different thing. That's missing the point at this. Like,
Yeah.
okay, Stranger Things season 5, the finale was released in theaters and people went to go see it, I guess. The Boys finale was in theaters and people wanted to go see it. Mandalorian and Grogu, I guess.
Yeah, it's uninspired. It wouldn't have been a good season, honestly. It would have been better than 3, maybe, but not
3,
by much.
yeah, better than 3, but
Yeah, it was
like
just- it was
that. It
just
was only
safe.
up from there.
It was
It just
super
needed
safe with
some
filler.
beach paintball.
Yeah. Man, it needed something. It didn't need a black snake moan lizard man. You know,
Speaking of, I was going
Go
to say,
ahead.
speaking of the beach, we did get to see Rhoda and Baby Yoda play on the beach together. So
Rhoda and Yoda. Wow, the
Baby
naming
Yoda.
on this is just amazing.
maybe that's where it's actually headed. Is they're going to get rid of Mando and it's going to be Rhoda and Yoda, because they are
Oh.
best friends now.
Well, I forgot, of course, Katie Sackhoff, also not in the credits for this, or that one wrestler girl that was in season 2 that was kind of cute.
Mm.
She's not in this either. So I'm like, what is this? Like, this is the argument that I'm seeing online is this was made for kids, so you need to be okay with it. Like, no, I love
No.
my kids. I want them to watch good movies.
Right.
Yeah, we watched a never ending story. There's so much lore there. You couldn't break it down in one show. You know, and that was made for kids. So no, this was awful. My favorite part is when this is my favorite, like not knowing what you're writing. Rhoda goes, "Yeah, I remember when I was his age. What? When you were 55, you're like not as old as he's talking about Grogu. He's like, I remember being
Right.
his age. I'm like, bruh, you're like 20. He's
Look,
like twice as old as you.
he's a special needs Jedi.
Well, so that's the other thing, is that there's a big pivot in this movie, and Mando treats Grogu like a freaking dog the whole movie, and he says,
Oh,
hit,
dude.
sit, and heal.
Heel.
And
Yes.
he says heal to him the whole movie. He's like, heal. And he's talking to him like a dog through the whole film.
What?
And I'm like, is this not like a more sentient being than that? Like, is he now just a dog? It's so weird.
Some would say more sentient than humans if it's Yoda's species, you know.
Right.
Yeah. Ugh, guys, like seriously. You can go watch this movie if you're, and I mean no disrespect to Lily, but apparently, let's pull this up.
Uh-oh.
She loved the movie.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Lily,
Well,
why?
Oh no.
I'm glad
And
you
then
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And by the way, that quote is shoehorned in there about as hard as you can. The dude just
Yeah.
came out of a coma and he's like, I'll protect you.
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything. He's been passed out for a week.
Yep.
It's so bad. If you like it, that's fine. But and we got a few other people. We'll just
Isn't
end
she-
this.
Whoa.
Pascal? I don't know. She's got some weird people that she likes. Maybe it's
right.
you know,
Maybe he's
it's-
one of
yeah.
those.
Yeah.
But here's the best part. This is what is very enheartening with the people's using critic lists. A lot of people with their own reviews. Let me see if I can get to it. There, that's a great.
Yeah,
thing,
Bob.
That's how I felt.
Bob did not like it.
A lot of people are putting their own reviews in their own channels, including really old
Mhm.
movies. Who is 100% a troll? You're going to give a 0 to some of the movies we're watching. You give 59 to this. You're a troll.
No, that's not really old movies. I know who you're talking about. It's not really old movies.
Oh, is
it's
it?
not. No, he's not the one. The other guy has a very similar logo. It's not really
Oh.
old.
What a
Yeah.
turd. So he's like discussing film. There's like discussing fish, right?
Yes.
There's
right,
discussing
right.
fish who has the same
Yeah.
logo. Okay. But yeah, no, a lot of people are using it to push their channels and stuff and
Mhm.
putting the theater into the thumbnail. I kind of dig that. But
Yeah,
yeah, man,
no problem.
it's I'm digging it on that respect because it's bringing a lot of the people out here sharing their opinion. But it was bad. I'm sorry. Even if you like it, it's very boring, and Star Wars can do so much better, even at its worst, before Disney took it over.
Faithful geek,
So-
no, the armor is not in this either.
No.
No, nope.
And she's like
Nope.
Mandalorian Santa Claus, you know. You know, here's the thing: if you're a big fan of the series, which I loved season 1 and 2, I thought it was great.
Mhm.
Season 3, we canceled Disney Plus like in my house, and we weren't able to watch season 3, and that was the only one that I was like, oh, so like we ended up staying like an Airbnb or something, and they left it on, and I was like, well, I'm not paying for it. Okay, I'll watch this. So I watched it with my wife, and it was like halfway through the season that my wife was like, so are you enjoying this? And I told her, no, not really. She's like, oh, what a relief, because this is so stupid. It got so dumb in season
Yeah.
3.
When you add in Lizzo and Jack Black, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
that-
2 people that weren't in this movie. Not that it would have been better.
No. Well, and it's weird too, because like, so Zeb from Rebels is in this, and I'm actually one of the people that likes Rebels.
Yeah.
I like Rebels.
Yeah, I think Rebels is a cool show. Zeb is in this. They don't even really like introduce him again. I don't know if they ever say his name. He is just in the movie. He's just kind of there. There's no conversation about who he is, what his deal is, nothing.
So
He's
strange.
just
That's
there.
Yeah,
weird,
and the problem
'cause-
is that his CGI is about as good as I've seen.
It's not
Literally better PS3 cinematics.
Well, because
It
he
was-
shows up in
yeah.
season 3 as well, and they don't
Yeah.
explain who he is, to the point where people didn't know if is that a different person in
Right.
his race, or is that him?
Yeah,
And he's
Yep.
got a very strong personality in Rebels.
he
Mhm.
does. He has this cool weapon in this that you get to see him use, where it's like a blaster and a staff. You get to see that. He has like one little fight scene that they've shown in the trailers, but he's in the movie more than most of the other characters, and he's not really. Mando like kind of sort of interacts with him, even though they have plenty of scenes together and stuff. But Mando is just like a wet blanket in this movie for the most part.
Yeah,
He doesn't
well,
say
he
a whole
treats
lot.
Zeb. He treats Zeb like a droid.
Any
Yeah,
mention of
just do it.
Ahsoka?
No mention of Ahsoka.
This is so weird to me. This is like you take 3 lower tier episodes, give them a bigger budget, and put it in theaters. That's it.
Yeah. And the best part, we get 2 Dave Filoni cameos.
Oh.
Not 1, but 2.
Was he
2.
wearing his cowboy hat?
Yes, he's wearing his cowboy hat. The center stage, right? Like straight up, right in the middle of the screen. Him and his cowboy hat, just like looks over towards the camera, looks back straight. It's like a saloony type scene at the
Wow.
Rebel base. And then again, at the end of the movie, when Meemaw is flying in on her TIE fighter, along
Oh,
with
no.
Meemaw, is freaking cowboy hat wearing Filoni, like, let's get him. Dude, it's
Oh no.
not
Okay,
good.
that's straight up cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trapper Wolf,
Yeah.
as Faithful Geek said. I forgot that's his name. Yeah, Trapper Wolf, who X-Wing has an action figure of, actually.
Oh no.
Trapper Wolf.
Hey,
Oh.
we,
Oh,
Yeah,
I actually
no,
thought Ryan was in the chat for a second. I was like, hey.
Right.
nope. So they didn't even. It wasn't even like a roll, like a sweeping shot. It was like they focused on Dave Filoni. He was the only guy at the shot. He's sitting at a table by himself.
Yeah.
Which I wish he would do that in unemployment line. He needs to get away from Star Wars. It was that was the biggest laugh from our group. We're like,
Oh,
really?
God. Yeah.
Not even a different hat that seems like Star Wars. It's the hat. The hat.
His hat.
His hat.
It's
Yeah.
not even that great of a hat. I'm going to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's a strange look for a like at some
Yeah.
point someone being
Oh,
known
no.
for a specific hat. You just like why? It's branding, and it's not even
Right.
good branding because
No.
no one associates him with anything with cowboy culture. But it's a cowboy
Right.
hat. And he talks, you know, like he's got his very quiet way of talking about everything. And when he would hang out with George put the lightsaber on the table and he said, "This is how a Jedi would negotiate."
It
Like,
was
All right then.
so yeah. As a Mystery Science Theater 3000 fodder, it was great. As far as the movie,
Yeah.
it was horrible. So
Mhm.
yeah, I would recommend people like I usually don't do this. I would not waste your time. It's like really
It'll be
plotty
on
and
Disney
awful.
Plus. Just watch it on
Yeah,
Disney
yeah.
Plus, and it
are
will
you sure?
hit
Are you
better.
sure Netflix isn't going to swoop in and pay them $50 million? Just like, you know, this has to come over here first.
Right? Yeah,
This
I don't think
completely
they would be dumb enough to do
nondescript
that.
piece of content. It is content. Definitionally, when someone says content in a negative way, this is the textbook example.
Yes, sir.
It does not matter. It probably doesn't even matter to the show.
No, it really doesn't.
No.
It
I'll
affects
be
nothing
completely
outside
honest. Even on when it comes to streaming, I probably won't watch it because I'm gonna feel like it's gonna be such a waste of my time. So I'm not even gonna say don't even watch it in the movies. I'm gonna escalate Mo's statement and say don't even watch it when it comes to streaming and it's free.
And I don't usually like
Yeah.
to say that, but I'm like, it's so long. If it was an hour and a half, it would be like I would probably would have given it 50%. It's the pacing that is the worst.
How
offender.
That's what I'm
long
saying.
is it?
2
It's
hours and
over-
15 minutes.
What a waste.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Speaking
2
of
hours
which,
and 15
Rambo
minutes.
is
It's a
only an hour
skip
and a
for
half.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
And way more
Exactly.
exposition. Yeah. And it's so
I'm-
bad. Yeah.
I'm telling you, when that Baby Yoda scene happens, and it is like almost 30 minutes long, and then when that scene ends, and it dawns on you that with what is left to tell in this story, because that's what my brain started doing, is like, what other pieces need to click into place to finish this movie? And then I'm like, oh no, we have like 30 or 40 minutes left. No. And
Oh,
that
dude.
was
Yes.
what happened. You
That's
know?
I kept
the
checking my
worst.
watch. I'm like,
Yeah.
we must like we're like almost towards the last third of the movie, and they did the Grogu thing where it takes like forever, and you're like, what are they gonna do?
That
And it
reminds
just
me-
didn't seem like it was gonna end.
That reminds me of the last hour of BVS where I was just trying to like where could we go to eat after this because I am so hungry.
I've never wanted to walk out of a movie, but I wanted to walk out right then. I've sat
It
through
was-
some horrible crap. Yeah. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is a no. This is don't even rent it. Watch it for free if it's on YouTube in 5 years. There you go. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there is let's see here. There is some good news because we got Star Wars being done dirty, but we do have this, and this is garnering a lot of buzz, where a lot of people were kind of concerned about it. He-Man is actually catching some good buzz right now. Like
Mhm.
some
Who knew?
Yeah, dude.
Like-
I've been quietly excited about this movie since early on when I started watching like the work that some of the crew and stuff was putting in to do this, and how jacked this dude got, and all of the stuff that he was going into, and then all these little bits and pieces as far as who was directing it and everything. And I was like, this movie might actually be dope. And now it's like all of us were talking, when we were in Savannah, and everybody's like, this might be my most anticipated. Like, I might be the most excited about this. Jay was walking around playing the music that they've already released from this movie.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Like, first of all, Daniel Pemberton and Brian May from
Brian
Queen,
May.
and then The Darkness.
Yes.
And they're doing like classic feel. They're doing Queen feel anyways.
Mhm.
So yeah, whatever they're doing with the soundtrack, if the movie is anywhere near that aesthetic, like yes, absolutely. And if we have mediocre films, and I'm not saying this is a mediocre film, but if we have mediocre films with great soundtracks, I'll take that. Like I don't care the skin color, the orientation, the breakfast preferences of whoever does the soundtrack of a film. It just needs to be an awesome soundtrack, right?
Yep.
So I'm here for it.
Yeah. So this review, which Jay shared with us, I can't take credit for, but It says, I was excited going into Masters in the Universe, big sucker of his sword and sorcery. Frank Frazetta myth here, which, if you know about Frank Frazetta, just bringing that up in a review, you got my respect. That's Conan. That's the guy that did the Conan comic covers and stuff. This, like kind of like brought that kind of thing.
Thick women. That's what's
Ice-
in the Conan
Yeah.
covers.
Ice and Fire. He did that cartoon, that crazy one back in the day. And I was jubilant coming out. A massive crowd pleaser. This the kind of movie that electrifies every 12-year-old to keep dreaming of adventures. I loved it. Like, dude,
So cool.
that is not a shill review as far as I'm concerned. That is like right to the point, and that is the kind of review that gets me excited because this is somebody that they've tapped into his love of past generations of barbarians and heroes and He-Man. So I grew up with it. Everybody knows I'm old, but I grew up with He-Man. That was my first thing. I had all the action figures. I had the read-along books. I watched the TV show. I had
Did
tapes
you have
of
the
it.
sword? My brother had the sword that like had the light of sword and it said, "I have the power." And if you have to move
Yeah.
them, they would like. It's really cool.
I think I had a
I did-
wiffle ball
I
bat,
didn't have
but
a
I
sword,
still.
but I had the I had the little toy swords like the Skeletor one that would like link up with the He-Man one, and then you hold that one.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's insane.
Did y'all
I remember-
see? I was showing the guys that they did a drone light show, and they made the He-Man sword in the sky
Yes.
and Skeletor
Oh
staff,
my
and they were
God,
fighting,
that
and
is
it
really
was
cool.
exploding. It's so cool. That
Can you find it? I would love to share it.
I have no mouse or keyboard or anything currently.
I'll look
'cause like
for
I
it.
said, all of my ports went bad before the show.
I saw it on
I'm-
Twitter at some point.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm
How
raw
did you even
dogging
get in
this right
here?
Barely, just barely. I just had enough ports to plug in a mouse and a camera. So, but they, one of the things that I said was, it's like if you just watch the marketing for this film, it is being marketed like a studio that is extremely confident in what they have. To me,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, and then here's another review.
Yep, found
Real
it.
quick.
You know
Go
what
ahead.
they're really confident about? The fact that they don't want Jared Leto anywhere near the marketing for this film.
Facts. Smart
He's
move.
been 100% missing from the marketing of this film.
He's box office kryptonite. Keep him away.
Right.
There's no weird method stories coming out about pigs' heads and drained prophylactic or empty used
What?
prophylactics and
Sending
all
people
that.
condoms
What?
and
Yeah. The
What?
Suicide Squad stuff.
oh yeah,
was,
Suicide
like,
Squad.
was
Oh my
weird.
God.
And I don't even think all of that's true, but
I don't think you
like-
shared the right link there, Joe Rosie.
Whatever this
Was
is,
that
though, I'm
it,
enjoying.
Joe?
Yeah.
It's opened up and it's not. Is it not Culture Crave? It has the Skeletor.
Hit back. It was on the right thing at first, I thought, but maybe not.
Was it? Okay.
I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Joe did
that's
something
not the
wrong.
one that's not the link that Joe sent.
No.
When I clicked on the link, it works.
Yeah. What did you
I'll be
do?
darned.
Lo?
I don't know. I
I'll
clicked the
be
link.
darned.
Click
Culture
the link off camera. Make sure it opens
No,
up. You
that's
see Skeletor.
That's not it. I'm sorry. I get to see it.
Okay, hold on a second.
I wouldn't mind watching that in a drone show. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Hey, man.
Yeah, they released a trailer the other day that I stopped like after a little bit in because that trailer shows all of the side characters from all of the old like He-Man lore, that just the people that I've knew that they had cast but had not seen yet. And dude, all of the characters look so true to the original stuff. I'm so excited.
I've seen the
got
posters.
Fisto in there.
Yes, everybody's in there. Lockjaw, I think that's his name with the jaw
Yep.
and he's kind of green looking. He's in there, looks 1-to-1. Like all of them look great.
But no Gwildor.
No Gwildor.
No
Thank
Gwildor.
you. Just
Maybe
be better
they-
than the 80s one. That's a very low bar.
I mean, that would be kind of awesome if they brought in a Gwildor just to like kill him off. That would be pretty cool.
I mean, I didn't hate Gwildor other than the fact that he was definitely like when they write these kind of movies and they're just trying to shut the kids up and like parents don't know that this is not the character, right? Like he's nowhere near the myth, and you can't have Orko in there. Actually, is Orko in this? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I haven't seen
I don't
any information about it, anything like that.
If this does well, I'm expecting a Thundercats movie and then a Silver
Ooh.
Surfer.
Oh.
I used to love the Thundercats.
Oh,
Me
Thundercats. They get-
too. I used to love the Thundercats.
And so I don't know if you guys realize, I was telling somebody the other day, I didn't realize the guy who's directing this is the guy that owns Leica Studios that did
Yeah.
like Kubo and the Six Strings and Box Trolls and all of those movies. That this is the dude, and which is pretty awesome. Also, I did not realize that he is also the son of one of the two dudes that started Nike. I had no idea that he was also that.
Oh, he's that knight?
Yes, he's that knight.
Okay. By the way, Shoe Dog, the memoir of Phil Knight, is amazing. It is poetry, and he 100% did not write it himself. Like someone else wrote it, and it was almost like they said, "I don't care. I don't care. Just make it. It's like poetry, how good it is." But Travis Knight also directed Bumblebee, which was pretty good.
I liked Bumblebee. I actually think it's one of the better Transformers movies for sure. I thought
Me
it was pretty
too.
solid.
Me too, because a lot of them just kind of bleed together in one way or another. Actually,
Yeah.
Michael Bay literally uses the same shots in
Right.
in several of them.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. I thought he did a good job with that. I actually just saw in the chat, Stephen Brown said he's going to see this movie in the drive-in. And that's a brilliant idea, honestly.
That
We have a
is-
drive-in fairly close. And if I like it as much as I think I'm going to on first go around, I might like get the whole family and us go see it at the drive-in.
Is it? I'm not gonna dox it. Is it close to me too, or is it a little farther away?
Further. It's the opposite
Further.
direction.
Okay. I figured. It always
know,
is.
yeah.
None of the fun stuff. All right.
Yeah.
But here's the video here. This is. I just heard a little bit of it. Oh, so cool.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So, and this is
That's so crazy that they can do that with drones.
okay. So this
And
is the actual soundtrack to the movie, though. So be careful.
Dude,
Yeah,
that
right.
sounds
Yeah.
so freaking Flash Gordon, baby.
Yeah.
It does.
It's got like that kind of vibe. Oh, it's so cool. All right, I'll mute it.
Is this the one that has them fighting too?
I don't know. It's a minute long, but I think it's worth.
So Daniel Pemberton, who also did the soundtrack to Project Hail Mary, did this soundtrack, and he said that this is the Skeletor moment is where the first time anyone has ever heard publicly the theme for Skeletor in this. But man,
Oh.
it makes me excited for this movie.
look at that. That's so.
Look at how
cool.
freaking cool that is.
Wow, that's amazing.
And did y'all see at the premiere they built Castle Grayskull in front of the theater?
Yeah.
So
What?
Man, this makes me angry.
That's-
My local theater shut down. It was one of the AMC's that got cut, and it jeopardizes my whole thing here. Like the only theater that's left, they're not going to do the cool popcorn buckets. I'm not going to get that sword.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Eh,
dude, the sword isn't even the coolest one. It's the Castle Grayskull because
That is also a soda cup in the
Yes.
the turrets.
it's the most
Yeah.
functional, it's the best idea, the best like marketing sell is like everything can be locked in. Your drink, and there's something else that you can put in there. There's like a tray that pulls out, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I don't know what goes in there. I can't remember.
I think
but-
it's the popcorn comes out of the mouth thing for the gate for
Mhm.
Grayskull.
Hmm.
It's
thought-
so cool. I want to get both.
I thought you were doing you can put your weed in there joke.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be serious.
Yeah, it looks like it could.
Film containers. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm from that era, but yeah, no, I am very. After talking about Mandalorian and Grogu and how bad Star Wars has fallen, I didn't realize you put film in them until I was in my teenage years. That's all I gotta say. It heartens me after watching Mandalorian and Grogu, and we've had some good movies this year. Project Hail Mary,
Super Mario Galaxy.
Super Mario. Okay, that was all right. Mortal Kombat 2 kind of made me annoyed because they just are playing fast and loose with the
Well,
lore.
apparently Sheep Detectives is good too.
Yeah.
It seems there's a good clip of movies that it's not usual that we have so many that everyone's like, okay, yeah, that's good. That is good. And I feel like Mandalorian and Grogu kind of is the combo breaker there.
Yeah,
But not for
so-
everybody.
Yeah. So, but we're eating a lot better than we're not, honestly, I think, because there's a lot of stuff that has just been really awesome in the zeitgeist as far as movies. So, I hope it keeps up. Yeah, I want to see Sheep Detectives. Everybody else is saying how
Yeah.
awesome it is.
It's
Yeah,
doing
it's
really
not a
well
great
in
name.
critic lists.
Doesn't get me excited, but that's maybe it will. If more people watch it, it's all about what you attach to it. So, real quick, Blaine has got to bounce before
Yeah.
his last USB port goes out.
Yeah, seriously, I'm surprised that I've lasted this long. I don't know what is happening to all the ports on my computer, but it's not good. So yeah, I do have to bounce, but I do want to say before I go that this first Rambo film. So we reviewed it as the very first manly AF film on Beardo's channel when we started that for Bro Science, and I didn't realize that I had never seen the first Rambo film. I always thought that Rambo 2 was the first one. That was the first one that I ever saw. In my head, that was the type of movies that these movies were, because that's kind of more of what they became. But this first film, man, when I saw it, it was a year and like a couple months ago, and it blew me away. This First Blood is so good. It is a phenomenal film. I think it is a near perfect film. I give it 100%. I love it so much. It is just it's not what you would expect, especially for kind of the trajectory that this now 2 still has kind of some of the same themes of military guys being thrown on the wayside, and this almost an anti-establishment vibe to it. It's this first movie kind of has a F the police vibe to it for sure. It's just this dude is minding his own business, gets profiled, and then it's like, all right, fine. You took it too far. Yeah. Now I'm going to end you all. And it's just an awesome movie. So I did want to give it its flowers before I left. I love this movie so much. And yeah, Odysseus was one of the ones that was like, oh, I can't wait to see Jonas hate this film.
I don't hate this film. And my review's been up since November. So
nice. I made mine like almost, a year and a half ago at this point. I was always a draft, never published it, but yeah, no, we're going to get into that here next. I'm going to get a few super chats, but just want to give you an out, sir. Awesome hanging out with you this past weekend, and whatever you got that is going to activate soon. I hope you are okay.
Yeah,
because we're all sick.
Yes. Seriously, I'm like hoping not, because we haven't talked about. Well, I don't know. No, because I got here at the start. So yeah, this weekend is the Criticalist / Monday hangovers / drunk 3PO meetup here at the Charlotte area. So that'll be Friday. We're going to Carowinds for the
Carowinds, and and at about 6 p.m. we're going to meet up at Twin Peaks, which is right by. It's like right in Carowinds, like when you go in. So
yeah,
that's
right in
that
area.
Be hanging out.
It was awesome to meet everybody in Savannah this last week. It was great.
Right. Yeah, there were multiple people. Actually, I'm trying to remember who it was. Somebody said that one of their biggest goals was to meet you and talk to you in person, Jonas.
Oh, so, no, that's a poor goal right there.
Listen, I didn't. I was like, I kept the expectations high. I was like, your mind
was it Mexican Iron Man?
I didn't get to talk to him at all, actually, which was a bummer. So, but yeah, it was a great time seeing a lot of y'all in Savannah, and then I know that quite a few of y'all are going to be here again on the at the meetup for Carowinds. So I'm excited to hang with everybody. I'll be bringing.
Someone asked me if I was Jonas. Beardo has an awesome voice, so I'm actually okay with that. I also love the idea that Beardo has a alter ego that refuses to curse.
Yeah,
he just talks about Jesus all the time. Yeah,
there we go.
So
yeah,
I love that, Beardo.
Yeah, I'm excited to see everybody again. Hang some more. Carowinds is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a really good time. Fingers crossed, weather is good. And actually, I will say Thursday we're still doing Criticalist Cast. My wife is going to be on it. We're going to be talking about Dreamcatcher, another hated movie, which is really good. So feel free to watch and review Dreamcatcher. And like I said, Sid will be on the show with me here in the studio on Thursday night, and then Saturday, Jay and Mo, and I don't even know who is going to be here in the studio on Saturday to do another show. We're going to hang out and just chat and whatever. And we might have talked Jay into going to see the back rooms and reviewing it. So that could be fun. So we'll see. But yeah,
that's fun.
That's the plan for this weekend. So
alrighty, sir.
On that note, I'm out.
See ya. Yeah. See you soon.
Everybody be good. Later, chat. Y'all have a good rest of the show.
Peace.
Bye.
He can't turn it off.
He's got no more ports.
He's pulling the plug.
That's amazing.
That was awesome. If you guys can make it up to Carowinds, it's gonna be fun.
Like backwoods wisdom right there. That was beautiful.
You have no idea how true that statement is. But we got some super chats here. We got Wyoming Sasquatch for 2. No Meek, no Jay, and DJ Cobra is on, but wouldn't miss it. Aw, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank
I'm going to
you.
count that as $2 towards Karate Kid Part 2.
I'll allow it.
What?
That sounds good.
No. It'll go towards the hockey game. The hockey.
What?
The hockey
Slapshot?
movie. Yeah.
Slapshot,
Oh,
yeah.
Youngbloods. Yeah.
No, we can't find it because it's been banned from
Young
existence.
Bloods. Young Bloods
One with-
does not
Oh,
exist other than
Goon.
in
No,
DVD.
Goon.
Goon, the one with
Goon.
the
Goon. That's
Stifler.
it. Goon.
Goon,
Goon.
yeah.
Stifler.
We're doing Goon.
Yep. So there you go. It'll go towards Goon. There you go. Because Sasquatch is kind of a goon, so we can make that. Put it in Goon. All right. We got Freddie Yankoba, member for 18 months, thinking about friendship and joy as I start chapter 40 around the sun. Hola Sevilla. Un hermoso par de palmos.
A beautiful pair
Palomas.
of
Doves.
pigeons, doves, whatever.
Ah,
Yeah, doves.
Thank you, Freddie.
there you go.
Thank you.
Hola.
All right. And Feliz Cuarto. Wait.
You just said happy 4th.
Happy 4th? Well, happy. Was it
Quattro?
three?
Are you trying to say Memorial Day?
No, I don't know. I'm sick. I know how to speak Spanish. I can barely speak English right now. I
It's
need to
not
stop.
July 4th.
Por
So
favor,
I don't know why you're saying
tres
4th.
tacos.
No.
I was like, so July 4th? No, it's not July 4th.
Cuarenta.
What's
Come
going
here.
on?
Cuarenta. Never mind. All right.
You're saying
Faithful
40
Geek for
months,
2. Soundtrack tax. I need a stroke tax in the tax. In the chat. Wow. I am sorry, guys. I am
Okay.
trying.
Poor
I'm
Bo.
trying.
You can make it,
Trying.
man.
I'm trying. All right, and then so the film that we were watching for today is the 1982 out of nowhere hit was called First Blood. Most people think that Rambo First Blood Part 2 was the first Rambo. No, the first Rambo was First Blood that came out in 1982. A vastly different tone as Blaine was just talking about. It is a completely different movie. Came out not too many, about a little less than 10 years after the Vietnam conflict and stuff. So it's still fresh in people's minds. We hadn't moved on to the next who gives a crap war, not who gives a crap war, but a forever war, at that point. So it was, we had a lot of vets. They were in their 30s. So this movie was amazing when it came out. Just
Did it not have what was not that you were, well, I don't know how cognizant you were in 1982. I don't know what age you were, but
2.
2. Okay, that's what I kind of figured. So
Yeah.
I wonder how, I know it was a
He was
hit, but I was
50.
actually surprised because it has a very strong anti-government or government overreach, police brutality kind of message to it. It really is about when I'd watched a lot of Rambo movies, but I've kind of forgotten. They've all kind of blended together because I watched them as a kid in Spanish dubbed, which TV adaptations in Spanish dubbed is not really the best way to watch things. The translations are not good. So I was actually watching it afresh with new eyes today. And I was just so, I don't remember that part of the movie. And I was so shocked and actually very saddened by the treatment of a vet. And I'm surprised it did well with that, which I'm in part not because it's a very good message, but I'm surprised, especially 10 years post Vietnam, how that resonated in the country.
It's such an interesting thing because I think there was an anti-hippie sentiment that was still in the country at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of see some of that in Forrest Gump, where you get these revolutionaries that are anti-establishment and they take it out on soldiers who were literally just and the draft was on or during Vietnam. So there was this thing where they come home and there's a thing where, forgive the tangent, Captain America is supposed to be a representative of how America viewed soldiers coming back from World War II, and the Punisher is a representation of how America viewed Vietnam veterans coming back from that conflict, and how damaged Frank Castle is versus Steve Rogers comes home and they both went out and killed people, but the view on that changed so much. So you get this thing where you have this anti-establishment movie, but it's also America loves its soldiers. It's something these men who go out and fight. There's always been this sentiment of our heroes are these people, and everyone hates a crooked cop. Like everyone hates a
Mhm.
crooked cop. So I feel like it's about as it's kind of like Robin Hood. Like liberals can look at that and be like, the taxation was wrong, and conservatives can look at it and be like, look at the overreach of government. You know, I think it's one of those stories where everything about John Rambo is so personal. Like there's these big themes about the Vietnam War, but you know, like right from the start of that movie, he's kind of hopeful. He's just walking through. He's finally got where he's going. He doesn't even have a car, and he's like, yeah, I'm here to see Delmar. And the lady, you can tell, she's like, I don't quite know who this guy is. She knows he's probably dangerous on some level. She's quiet. She's playing it cool, and then she just drops that bomb on him that Delmar died of cancer. And what was the cause of the cancer? Well, it was the Vietnam War. It was the
Agent Orange.
Agent Orange.
All that orange stuff they dropped. Yep.
Yeah. And so he starts this movie knowing that he is 100% alone. So like all this conflict is like outside, and you can view these themes on it and all that. But it's like all of our readings on it are subtext, and everyone else being able to look at this character. And, you know, they're not saying the Vietnam War was wrong. They're not saying anything other than the treatment and everyone's reaction to Vietnam soldiers was unfair. And like, I don't think there's anyone who thinks that who would disagree with that sentiment. And also Brian Dennehy plays an excellent jerk for you to hate the entire film. They stack the deck with.
Is that the main cop?
Yeah,
guy
the main
Tommy-
cop.
Tommy
And then
Boy's
the one
dad?
that's like,
Will Teasel.
you're going to
Yeah.
talk to me whether you like it. The other guy,
Galt.
I'm like,
Galt.
well,
I'm so
Yeah.
okay. I try to look at this movie as not like a kind of like from a like I don't know how you would say it, like from a totally reactionary point. I still love it when Galt falls out of the helicopter.
yeah.
I'm
he just-
sorry.
the
And he's
only
screaming
tragedy
like a
of
little
that,
punk to his death. It makes me so happy. It shouldn't, but it does.
the only tragedy of a Galt falling to his death is that Rambo doesn't get to beat the tar out of him with his own bare hands, you know? Like that dude absolutely deserved to have his butt kicked.
No, I mean he did. He probably could have done worse, but he tore him up. He tore him a new one in the getting him cleaned up for the judge. So as far as the movie, I think the best thing that kind of gets people into the mindset of what's going to happen in the movie, and this is because I love movie scores, is Jerry Goldsmith's soundtrack is so good about conveying like we're starting off on a happy note here. It's great. The kids are playing and there's like these high flutes and stuff like that. And then when he finds out that Delmar is gone and then everything just goes to crap, the music follows that theme, and it keeps you in there. Where there could have been quiet and kind of dragging parts, it keeps you going. Like the music keeps you going better than most movies. And I would put up Jerry against John Williams any day of the week because of that. He does a great job of having varying instruments throughout the movie to keep you going. But that's because it just puts you in a bad mood. It puts you in a good mood, and he sets you up to be like, oh, this is going to be good. And you're just like, whoa. Like, and you know, Rambo's walked across the country. He's tried to get there. He was talking about later in the movie about being from Fort Bragg. Fort Bragg is in eastern North Carolina, and he's in the Pacific Northwest. He's in Washington on the coast. So he's traveled the entire country to get there.
It's a long way to go to just get something to eat.
Oh. And just how they treat him and just disrespect him. Now, here's the part that I want to talk about from the beginning of the movie. And Will Teasel, who is Brian Dennehy's character, brings up something important that we kind of think of now. And I'm like, I kind of understand where he's coming from. Is he keeps saying like, if we just have one vagrant here, we're just gonna have a ton of vagrant here. And then there's parts later in the movie where he goes, if you start messing around with the law, it all falls apart. And I'm like, I kind of understand you too, because I live near a big city. So I see where he's coming from, but he's going about it the wrong way. His mindset is right, but he's doing it as like a hard ass, like where he's just like, I've got to be in charge of everything. This is my town. I run it the way I want to. Because he'll say something like that, where it's like, oh, we have all the vagrants in town. We'll have multiple vagrants. But then he'll be like, hey, if there's a problem going on with one of my my employees that work for me, the prisoner's got to bring it up to me. Like, in what mindset is that ever going to happen? It's just like he has this kind of
Never.
like he is noble in his reasons, but he like he's never had anybody tell him no because he's in a town where nothing happens.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
he's the hero. He's a they overdid it in the modern era where making the villain the hero of their own story to the point where the villain is kind of like has a little too much of a point in so like Killmonger saying that they should
Mods.
kill the is back again. So like Killmonger and Black Panther, they went way too far with it. But this one is someone trying to keep the law, but he's doing it in a way that he abuses the very values that John Rambo probably signed up in the armed services to protect. Like, and I think we see from some of the other movies, because the movies deviate so much from the book, that he probably fought for American values and justice in more than just Vietnam, even though Vietnam is obviously the place where he got put through the ringer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and one thing that always bothered me, and they don't really set it up in the movie, and this is I'm not a at all like, go, if you don't understand the movie, go read the book. No, it's like it should all be in the context of the movie. But once you understand this one little part about Will Teasel, apparently he's supposed to be a Korean vet in this movie, which is called the Forgotten War.
Oh,
So that's what's up.
That's
no,
even
I
worse.
mean like, I did not know that. That makes it really bad.
But if they brought that up, they would have made Will Teasel more sympathetic. But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares about the Korean War vets. I hate to say that. Nobody brings it up. We forget it because there was like World War II, and then there was Vietnam for most of us. We forget that there was the Korean War. So in the book,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, not that I read it, but like the synopsis of it, is he was annoyed by how much tension, good or bad, that the Vietnam vets were getting. So he had a real bone to pick with Rambo just because of that, and all of the the vets that were coming through, the homeless vets that would come through his area. He's just trying to give him hell because he just felt like the people that went to war for their country just got no respect like the Vietnam vets did.
Right, because when did Korea end? Like 20 years earlier?
Well, technically, it never ended.
Oh,
That's
fair
right.
point.
They're still it was the early 60s, late 50s. So
Because MASH was the Korean War.
Mhm.
Right, and MASH lasted longer than American direct involvement in that conflict.
Yeah. It was 1953 is when they. Yep. So but that paints a whole line on there. But it's like the subtlety, the way that Brian Dennehy acts, and the guy that plays Troutman, and Rambo, like they have subtleties in how they portray like what they're trying to they're the character. They're not outwardly saying I was in Korea, I'm annoyed with Rambo. No, he's just like he's some dickhead sergeant, excuse my French, because I hate Will Teasel's character so much, and that's why Brian Denny, he's such a great character actor, is because he portrays him so well. He's somebody that these people existed. My dad was in Vietnam. He got disrespected a lot. I don't think to this obviously not to this level. This is very over the top. I'm sure some veterans had to deal with this, but basically Vietnam vets got no respect. A lot of the populace, especially the liberals, didn't respect them at all. Spit on them, called them, baby, whats.
Yeah, that was
Right, and now that's
was
the tenet of the
insane to
Democrat
me.
Party. So you would think
it
they
was-
love them.
It was so insane to me that like they took offense of the fact that he was wearing the American flag. Like that to me was just so disrespectful. It was like I don't understand why they said like you can't do that.
So we Jonas and I were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of
Sorry, I
a
must have
nuance
stepped
there.
away.
No. It was,
No, I had the same question you had, Sebi, actually.
So what it is, and I didn't. It was because he was dirty. He had long hair. He was unshaven, and he was wearing army regalia. He's wearing fatigues and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He's like, you walk around looking like that, wearing that out. They're basically saying if you're not clean and you're walking around like that, if you're disrespecting, the flag and stuff like that, people aren't going to take kindly to that. They're not saying the flag in general. They're saying he's disrespecting it by being filthy.
Oh,
Which
okay.
I disagree with, but that's what he was saying. Like, you walk around looking like that with that, that's what they're saying. So
Wow,
that's why he has a
that's
problem with it.
Crazy.
Which, further points to the whole Korean War vet thing, where it's like, hey, you got you dirty freaking hippies walking around here being nasty, things like that. You got your long hair and your, he thinks it deserves more respect. So, and that's why he keeps harping on that, like our heroes, the Green Berets, our heroes. He's like, oh, you guys, he disrespects them because he got no respect. So
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, no,
That's
and
unfortunate.
that is that they for 1982. Didn't you say that, Joe, earlier? It was like it's amazing that they hit that on the head so succinctly, just that soon after the Vietnam War, because people were still in their 30s that served in that war. Sylvester Stallone was of age; he was like 37 when this came out. That was about how old your Vietnam vets were, probably a little younger. So my dad was a little younger than that, but most of the ones that were in the thick of it at the beginning of the conflict were around that age. So the fact that they brought up PTSD and disrespect from that's like heavy hitting for 1982.
Yeah. And it's interesting to watch this. Like it's kind of like the first time I watched Rocky, I was like, why? The entire time that I'm watching, I'm like, why does everybody love this movie? Like it's dramatic. There are some moments where he gets a few shots in, and then he finally puts Apollo Creed on the mat, and it's like, okay, now I understand why everyone loves this movie. Like they've earned it. With this one, there's something similar, but it's kind of in the opposite direction. It still makes it a good movie, but there's these solid action moments, and there's how unfair it is to him. But he has this monologue, like there's no one left to kill. There's the explosions are done, and he just goes off. He's huddled in a corner, and he just lets it all out there to Troutman. And Troutman is there. There's this interesting thing going on is everyone else in the movie is getting dirty on some level, but Troutman, and it's almost like his audio was like all ADR'd to the point where he sounds like he's recording something that's almost going to be officially announced. You're lucky all your men are not dead. There's just something otherworldly about Troutman that kind of puts him above it all. He acknowledges that he's there. He's a storytelling device to let everyone know just how much trouble these people are in. But Troutman is also kind of unsympathetic at the same time. So you have Rambo basically falling into this mess of emotion at the end of the film, talking about how valuable he is as a soldier and how worthless he is in civilian society. And it's something where, like, you have the vegetables at the end of the meat, right? There's the action element that can bring people in to say, yeah, look at this guy. Oh, he set this trap. Oh, he's going to go around the hill and he's going to kill the dogs. It's awesome. There's great things about that movie from an action standpoint. But then you get him saying, I'm trusted with $3 million equipment in Vietnam, but over here, they don't trust me to park a car. Like, can you even imagine? Like in for the male psyche, respect is so huge. So over there, he's a hero, and over here, yeah, we need to get you out of here. Go get your meal someplace else. Stay off of my bridge. Get out. I can't even imagine soldiers going through that.
Yeah, and they kind of turned that on its head in Hurt Locker. Have you ever seen that movie? Where that's the guy realizes that's the score, and that's not to ruin that movie, but that's that. But yeah, no,
That's
it's
a
just
great movie, though.
yeah, but it's the same theme, which is like I can only function in war, But real quick, before Joe has to go, I have to bring up this super chat.
Go for it.
Say cheese, Joe.
Cheese.
There you go. Thank you. $2 from Dreaming Tabitha.
Is that an inside joke?
And Joe needs to go.
It is. Yes.
Or is it
it's
just
an
a comment on how photogenic that Joe is?
However you want to take it. So, but you got to get going, Joe.
I do. I have a sadistic client who needs a meeting at 7:45 on a Memorial Day weekend.
Those are difficult clients.
Yeah.
What's her name? Will Teasel?
It's something foreign. That should help. Thank you guys for having me. And I just want to say this movie really, it was really cool to watch it again, this time in English and older. But I just felt so much sadness, and I'm I'm glad they did make this, and it did raise awareness, hopefully, of the situation of government turning a blind eye to vets, especially back then. So I do hope it did have some kind of positive outcome at all. You know, I have no idea if it did, but I hope so. Yeah.
I think it did.
Yeah.
And it was brutal, and it had to be to get the point across. But thank you for being on, and I hope you have a good night.
Thank you. See you guys next week.
See you, Joe.
Bye.
Bye.
So before we finish talking about this movie, and by the way, I wanted to bring up a point. It sounded like it was all ADR, but when Richard Crenna speaks, it all sounds like he's recording it in a studio because he's Richard Crenna. Yeah.
Amazing
So
voice.
Yes.
There's just something about his quality. And they use that same character in the Metal Gear. Like, it's not Richard Crenna, but it's kind of obvious that I think it's Master Campbell, actually, of all the names. The guy that calls Snake on the radio is pretty much Richard Crenna's character. They just stick him in the games.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Hideo Kojima is not known for going off path of what the character he bases his.
Well, he's right. Well, yeah. It's as if Snake Plissken got called by the guy from Rambo. That's pretty much what the whole setup is.
Yeah, that is good, but the whole movie it's great action. I love the one thing I love about it, and we're gonna watch the trailer here before we call it here in a little bit. I love the little injections of humor that they have, little here and there. The Coast Guard, the National Guard coming out with the rocket launcher was a great little scene to kind of break the tension for a little bit. Do you guys remember that?
Right, and he can't get any of them to go in after Rambo.
He's like, "Who's got the rocket launcher?" Yeah, and then they blow that up, and then Teasel shows up like, "Who did this?" Interrupting their shot where they're trying to do Iwo Jima, which I thought was hilarious. And they're like, but he's like, "I gotta be up in the morning. I gotta open the drugstore in the morning." He's like, "Well, you better get to it." And it's just like, it reminds you that they're in a small town and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's a nice little break in the tension in the drama. I thought it was well done.
It's also a good contrast to the fact that it's 100% real for Rambo. And for Will Teasel, he could go home. He could let the whole thing lie. And by the time he decides that he's going to leave, he's already gone too far with Rambo. Or the guys, he literally calls them weekend warriors in that scene, or right after that scene. So everyone else has the option of exiting the conflict. Even Troutman is like, I probably should be here, but he could have left. But Rambo, this is where he lives. Like, that's it. He's the only one without an exit in the entire movie.
Yeah. Yep. And one of my favorite parts, and it might be in the trailer here, is just when he shows the cops, like, "Okay, you want to mess with me? Watch what happens." And he one by one just picks them off with guerrilla war tactics brutally, like where they're just calling out for Will, and there's nothing Will can do. Not even Will can do anything for himself.
Yeah.
And it's every time that guy, to go to the last guy that has the rope under his neck, and he's on, and he's like, Will, oh dude, it looks like that actor was in pain, man.
It's savage, but it's funny in how savage it is, because it also shows how hilariously outmatched they are.
Yeah.
Like, they think that they're going after some bum, and they're going after, they're going after Troutman's prize pupil. Like, this is a guy that is made to do the thing. All of these 80s movies went after the idea of John Rambo, like special forces master. Like, this is the guy that you would send in, and he was the best of the best. Like, that is something that, whether or not it preceded Rambo, it definitely was the thing after Rambo, that this is the guy that you send in, the one-man army. And then, of course, Rambo 2 and onward, kind of, I don't know, the sequels, it's kind of like Friday the 13th. There's no Jason Voorhees, or there's no monster that looks like Jason Voorhees for most of that film. And then from that point on, it's like a different genre of movie from Friday the 13th Part 2 on. Rambo 2 on is a totally different kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. And like somebody said earlier, I think it was Blaine, maybe it was you, was that they kind of touch on it too, but it's getting to the ridiculous portion of it. Because they got the computers and the warfare and like just the explosive devices. And yeah, like this was so firmly rooted in reality, it hit home. And when most of us watched Rambo First Blood Part 2, and then we were like, oh, there's one before that. This one was like, whoa, this is brutal. And then you realize how important, this subject was. And man, and it like absolutely killed it at that point. And I think I'm going to forego the trailer here, and we're going to bring up the top box office of 1982, which should be interesting. I don't think we cover it too much. It's one of those years where, let's see. Give me a second.
Sorry, I messed up something in the background as well. I was supposed to be bringing up. So that awkward silence was brought to you by Jonas Campbell, not by Mo Zamboni.
It was brought in tandem. We were, yes. So, 1982, top movie by a long shot was E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Bleh. I actually went to go see this movie when I was 2. I don't remember it at all. But apparently my mom was that cool mom that brings in the toddler to the movie theater. So anybody that was in that movie theater in Northern Indiana in 1982, I'm sorry.
E.T. is one that doesn't get a lot of love anymore. Like it's kind of, I don't want to say it's forgotten. Everybody remembers E.T., but it's, other than the phone home thing, you don't really hear a lot of references to it.
Yeah, it's a shame. And I think part of that was the 2000 re-release where they put the CGI in and almost ruined it forever. It really, really kind of stopped the momentum that thing always had. And it's such a great movie. I couldn't imagine growing up without this movie. And then Raiders of the Lost Ark.
That's a good one too. I guess.
Well, it came out it wouldn't even come close to beating it, and it was a major hit. That's how amazing E.T. was.
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I don't think, I think I watched E.T. when I was much older. And obviously, I think like, I think when I first watched E.T., I think I was like maybe 15 and I hated it. So yeah, I just thought the alien looked so creepy and everything just looked too weird. So I never really understood the entire love for it, but maybe it was just because I didn't watch it when it came out or anything like that. I watched it when I was again like way older than that. It was
a pretty big cultural moment in the 80s. It was like there was a lot to enjoy about it, and the fact that this is when people are trying to say that a movie is a Spielberg style, I think it's E.T. that they're kind of going for, or maybe you could say the Goonies, even though the Goonies is, what is that? Richard Donner? Robert Zemeckis? Wait, who did Goonies? It's somebody with an R first name. The chat, help me out. I'm having a complete space out on that. But
oh my goodness, I cannot remember.
I want to say Zemeckis. It was Donner? It was Donner. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Donner. Of course, that's right. Because he had his usual people that starred in the movie. The mom is in all of his movies.
Yeah. Eggers, that's funny. Yeah, Robert Eggers, Goonies.
I low-key would love to watch Eggers. I wouldn't skip over that one.
But E.T. was I think there's also a lot of filmmakers that kind of pointed to E.T. for that style. The soundtrack is unbelievably good.
Yeah, it's one of the most dynamic ones that John Williams has ever done, for sure.
And it's also
for sure.
A Jesus allegory. So
true. Also, I don't think we get any movies nowadays where one can get alien gets drunk on beer and then the kid gets drunk and kisses another girl.
That's right. Miller High Life, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen if we ever do ET, we have to bring up the audition piece for Elliot.
Oh, dude, he basically gets it. Doesn't he get the job? He's like, you got the job, right?
He just asks the kid to improv a scene as if his best friend is being taken away. And it's like you almost want to cry with the kid. It's so like this little actor is so good, like Freddie Highmore in Finding Neverland. It's like these talents at this young age, unbelievable. But then of course you have Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep, and
which
then
is yet another time that John Williams comes in and does another iconic soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amazing. Like totally distinct from this one. You know, there's some where he kind of crosses the streams, but no, he was hitting his stride in this one. Rocky 3, not one of my favorite. I love Mr. T, but not one of my favorite Rockies.
Mm-hmm. Well, because Rocky 4 is the best Rocky film of all time because it is the most 1980s film. It is the best. And I like Rocky.
Montage. I have one montage.
I love Rocky 4.
Yes, Rocky 4 is awesome. When you have a small Italian 45-year-old Italian man changing the USSR single-handedly, I can't think of anything more American.
It's a revenge movie. It's a patriotic movie. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, Mr. T and Hulk Hogan. Yes, 3 is pretty cool. Thunderlips, and you got Clubber Lang, some of the best names in movie history. On Golden Pond, yawn. That's Henry Fonda.
There you go. Back when that could be a number 4 film at the box office.
An Officer and a Gentleman, a movie that every kid that was born in the 80s had to hear about from his mom. Porky's, which we've covered multiple times. Arthur, which is like kind of like a meta biography of Dudley Moore.
Kind of. Yeah, and then Russell Brand did the remake and kind of did the same for himself.
Yeah, Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. I can't believe that only pulled in 78 million. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, but they also kept the budgets in check, right? So
are you scrolling down, or what are you sharing? Because you're saying Wrath of Khan, and I don't see it. Okay, because I don't see Wrath of Khan in there.
Second from the bottom,
there it is.
Star Trek
Number
2,
8.
The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. We should watch that.
Yeah, you just watched it recently, didn't you?
I watched it a couple months ago for the first time. It was so good. It was so good.
It is top tier.
Which one you going to click there, Mo?
No, I'm not clicking that one. Got Poltergeist, which is a movie that still gives me nightmares to this day.
Tobe Hooper, yet another Spielberg-produced film, which the rumor is that Spielberg actually ended up doing the final cut on that film. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, he in that film there was a segment where they're in a pool, they're in a body of water, and there's real skeletons with the kids.
Yeah,
real human skeletons. Creepy. Blech. Like, talk about some PTSD. Annie, I've seen that one. That one's all right. That's First Blood. There we go. $47 million. I doth believe this one. I don't think the budget. Yeah, the budget was only 15 million, so it absolutely destroyed it.
Look at that
in the theaters. So
I just to think of the idea that the 12th highest grossing or whatever it was film at the box office made for, only 8 figures and not, these 200. I know obviously inflation is a thing, but these 250 million, $300 million monstrosities. But you know what the common thread is with most of these films with these bloated budgets today? They were based on something that was made for a reasonable budget in the 1980s, like something that they still had the chance to be a profitable film. Like it only had to do okay. So we wouldn't be talking about The Mandalorian and Grogu if in the 100 and probably 190 million dollar budget that they put towards that film, like if George Lucas had that much money to make Star Wars or deflation adjusted whatever it is, like it would be a completely different movie.
Yeah, and that was the case with a lot of these movies back then. Was just like they stayed within their budget. They knew what they had, and I wanted to bring this up, and we'll get into some super chats here shortly. Some of the people in the chat earlier had said this. This is a movie, First Blood, that was upon first edit just horrible, and Stallone hated it. But the editing of this movie saved it and made it what it was. Apparently, it was supposed to be 3 hours long, and Rambo talked a lot, so they trimmed it down and made it better. And then SD0 says, it's because he was silent throughout the movie. He was brooding. And I do believe That
Is that true? If this movie was 3 hours long, I mean, it's an hour and a half.
I know that's a lot of
Yeah.
editing.
Yeah, but it's such a great edit though. It flows. I thought it was longer because there's so much meat
Yeah.
in this story. Yeah.
It's a good movie, but Rambo's silence, like, so I went through this, and when I go through and I watch a movie, sometimes I'll go and I'll do like a slight edit so that I could watch it with more of an audience. And I mean, I know
More of
like
an audience.
violence is not really the issue when I do that, but the language. So as I'm going through this, you realize how little Stallone talks the entire film.
Mhm.
And he has barely any dialogue, even when they're like beating the tar out of him and hosing him down inside the building and all that. He's dead silent, and the movie is better for it because he's just taking it, you know. Like, he knows he's not going to convince them to leave him alone. He's not going to beg for mercy because this is a guy who's been through a POW camp, right? He's been tormented by much worse people than some sheriff's department in the Pacific Northwest. So this is such a tight film when it ends up coming down to it. Not like heavy on dialogue type film. It's just it does all the things that it needs to do to tell you who Rambo is and why you should be rooting for him, even though he's probably got buckets of blood on his hands.
Yeah. Yep. In the story, he's way more ruthless and less sympathetic, but in the movie, I think they did a great job of selling it, and it was necessary at the time. If you would have made a Korean Vietnam War vet look as a helpless, horrible war criminal, it wouldn't have gone over well. But let's see here. So thus concludes talking about the First Blood and things. We have another movie coming up next week, but we need you guys to vote in the chat, and we're going to hit some super chats while you're doing that. We got 3 movies to choose from next week. We got The Thin Man, we got John Carpenter's Vampires, and we have The Blues Brothers.
And
are on the
Kid
menu
Part
for
2.
next week. And it's getting up there. It's getting close. And as much as Jonas keeps pushing for it, it is an amazing movie. Like, people sleep on that. People love 1. People love the Cobra Kai series, but 2 is amazing.
That was conciliatory. Sure.
But we'll do super chats and we'll.
Goon is a number 5th spot. That means we're getting closer to watch Goon.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
so we'll do some super chats here, and then we're gonna see what you guys think. So let's see what we got here. Well, here we go. Here's our next super chat. Faithful Geek for 2. The Karate Kid Part 2.
Faithful Geek is the man who will fight for our honor.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I understood that reference. 100 Battles, member for 3 months. The sheriff's deputies included Stan Switek from Miami Vice and Horatio Kane from CSI Miami. Yep.
That's right.
Yep. And then we got, lastly here, we have Orange Gotten, member for 34 months. Hey, everyone. Tomorrow it's my birthday. I'll be 34. What a young buck.
Happy birthday.
Got any life advice for a 35-year-old single YouTube boy?
I think that's white.
White boy? Oh. Gig'em. Well, first of all, you should be a Nebraska fan like me. Be a Huskers fan. No, I'm just kidding. I know you would never do that. I know that's annoying, but no, man. I've talked with you in real life. I've had a chance to chat with you. Don't change anything. You're doing a great job, man. Good people. Just glad you're in the chat, and happy birthday to Orange Gotten 34. Enjoy your 30s. That's all I got to say. Because once you hit 40, you start the joints start hurting, my man. All right. So
enjoy it. Enjoy
your 30s. Yep.
Because it will disappear. The 30s go quicker than I think almost. I mean, they only get faster. The years start coming, and they don't stop coming.
That's right. You're an all-star, Orange Gotten.
That's right.
Get your groove.
Hey now.
Yeah. Hey now. All right. Well, let's give me a second here to pull it up here. We will. Oof, boy, I got to tell you, this cold is kicking my butt, guys. I am so sorry.
Oh no.
Why are you apologizing for being sick?
Well, first of all, it was Beardo's fault, so he needs to apologize for this. But First Blood on Criticless. And I'm so glad to see this. I was afraid what people might rate this because it is brutal. Not the most brutal movie you've ever seen, but it's not something you expect from a Rambo movie.
Right. It's not brutal like Rambo 3.
It's brutal, like the themes of the story will stick with you the rest of your life if you have a soul. That's how it's brutal. But First Blood has 110 voters at a 91% overall rating.
Dude.
And as Blaine has said,
That's amazing. And considering that Jonas gave this movie like 70%, I thumbs down his review because even though he said same thing. He rated it in the 70s for a movie that he loved. He put it in that. Make sure to downvote Jonas.
Oh my goodness. You give anything less than most excellent, people like, you hated it. You hate this movie. You hate America. And you hate Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Which is, none of those things are true.
So let's see what people had to say. I give it a 95. I mean, there's very little I would change about it. I might amend that to be a 100% because I can't think of anything to change. Eagle Thrasher gives it an 88%. Monday Hangover, yep, there you go. Seek and Destroy, great song. SD0 gives it a 90. First Blood, the action movie that started it all. Is it good? Yes. Why? Because it's Rambo with the last of an elite group of Green Berets. All he wanted was something to eat. Yeah, dude, that's the part that it's really hard to, root against Rambo. Some people think Rambo's the villain.
What?
I don't understand that. Yeah, some people say he's the villain for.
I would think that Brian Dennehy thinks he's the villain.
No, I mean like people actually in real life that exist nowadays that are streamers think that he's a villain. I cannot subscribe to that.
That's crazy.
Like, the only one that I can make the argument for that the villain is really the hero is really the villain or the villain is Frozen, because Elsa is clearly the villain of Frozen.
Oh yeah,
it's not her fault.
Well, it's like Forrest Gump. We know who the villain is.
Yes, it is. It's 100% Elsa's fault.
We can engage in an argument on that when we see Frozen.
Yeah, yes. Nobody put any money in for Frozen.
Yeah,
please.
because I really don't think she was the villain at all. So I will fight you on this.
She just boxed out her sister for all her entire life.
No, save it for the stream.
All right.
Let it go, Jonas.
Yeah,
Let it go.
Sure. Thank you, Demo Bear.
Joe Rosie gave it an 83. Okay, that's reasonable. Watching the police harass and brutalize John Rambo for essentially existing. Yeah, it is disturbing, but that's how vets were treated, especially Vietnam vets. JB Spooker Review gave it a 90. Oh, he's just passing the buck on to Rough Night. I can't wait to see Rough Nights. Elite Super Grunt gives it an 85. They drew first blood. Yeah, that was a good line where he's just like, even his commander can't stop him. Alex Arrow Cave gave it 100. Awesome. Fergusonian gave it a 94. Yes, sir. Gave it a 90. Lily gave it an 88. All right. The movie is not what I always thought it to be. That's what most people think. They think of Rambo as like this brainless action star, which he really never was.
From 2 onward, yeah, it does kind of become dumb action. Like it's very much like, well, let's find an excuse to get the machine guns out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and even in Rambo 4, which we covered on here, is like they kind of try to turn that back, even though he's like just unstoppable.
4 was a return to form.
Yeah,
I would say like he's a different person by the time he's the reluctant hero in a big way. In 4, it's 2 and 3 are, well, I would say 3 especially. It's an excuse for the violence, which I'm not saying that that's not an entertaining film, but First Blood is art in a way that a lot of the other ones are not.
Yeah, the brutality underlies all of the sad moments and stuff like that sticks with you. The violence isn't even all that bad. It's kind of realistic. Like Galt is probably the grossest death, and even then, it's not that bad compared to like the violence that we're used to, and certainly not that you would see from somebody that in Rocky's position of Rocky.
Hey.
Rambo's position. Hey, sorry. Legion Dell. Look at all these 90s. Faithful Geek, 94. Rough Night, 90s. Surprisingly thoughtful, gut punch action drama that still hits hard, then smolders like a ton of napalm. Okay. Well, you gave it a 90. I don't know. I want to read that review later. That gets me interested with that title. And then the Mrs. Rough Night gave it a 90. Sevi gave it a 95. Awesome. When was this the first time you've seen it, or have you watched this when you were younger? I can't remember.
I watched
Sevi
it
saw it when
before.
she was 15.
You watched it before. Oh, that's right. 50. That was ET, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I get Rambo and ET.
They drew first blood, Elliot.
Wow.
The Mass Marvel
Kill you and
for
bring you
90.
back to life.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, Can you imagine? I don't want a mercenary ET. Maybe I do. I don't know. Mo Monte giving it a 95. Look at all these 92. All these people in the chat. Wasp gave it 100. Heck
Dude.
yeah, Wasp. Wasp is always the wild card, but she knows.
I
she
think
knows
that
good
was her
movies.
first time watching it, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what she says real quick. This movie ends in a big scene. Huge gratitude for the armed force. Yeah. Doesn't stay.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it was.
say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really interesting. We did have a couple of people that were in the military in the watch party, and they shared their stories. And this movie hit really hard for them too. So it was always good to kind of hear their stories and how much it affected them. And and they did say, like, we didn't expect this movie to hit as hard as it did, but it really did.
Yeah, and it does make me upset watching this movie, even though I love it.
Yeah.
My dad was always, my father and I have the same personality. He was always like willing to talk about anything. He brought up Vietnam, he'd shut down, and he went through some stuff, and it just no. That's why I think we rectified that going forward. Our generation, the people, the Gen Xers and Millennials, because we heard the stories from our parents of how badly they got treated. So I'm glad that Rambo came out to kind of put that at the forefront where people could talk about it.
Oh yeah,
all right.
for sure.
So, but yeah, love all these. Thank you guys so much. Wow, look at all these reviews coming in over the last day. Odysseus Run,
dude.
really old
And
movies.
I think Bro Science also looked at it too, because we have Weirdo and X-Wing and Blaine reviewing it much earlier than this too. So some
All
people
right.
probably reviewed it way back when.
Yep. And that's what I would have been. Alley Cat. All right. So look at all this. Spider Unlimited, got to meet him in Savannah. Awesome. So, well, thank you guys for being here tonight. And let's check in on the poll here. I believe it was a little closer than I thought it'd be, but Blues Brothers. Yep. Blues Brothers with a 60%. We're going to be watching Blues Brothers next week. I love that movie.
Oh, right. We're on a mission from God.
We're in a mission from Get. Yeah. One of the best soundtracks ever. So we're going to be watching that, the Blues Brothers.
Man,
all right,
they
guys.
don't make them like Blues Brothers anymore. They really
No, they
don't.
They should. It's one of the best movies.
Hey, War Machine.
What do we got here? All right.
And War Machine even got the right number of strings on it.
Ah, nice. Well, let's hit these super chats here before we do our outros. We have the Horror Host for $10, $5 each for Poltergeist and Night of the Living Dead. Always
I've
dropping
not
money on
seen-
some great movies.
I've never seen Night of the Living Dead. I'm looking forward to that one.
Dude, I still have Night of the Living Dead is good. It's more fun, but Poltergeist is so disgusting. Like, I still have trauma from a kid. The guy in the kitchen, like itching his face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. John Papa Sergio for $5. Just wanted to say what's up, guys. Also, First Blood is a classic. John
That it is.
Papa Sergio. And then War Machine with a 10. Hunt for Red October 1990.
That's right. We can talk about General Ramier.
Yeah.
I grew up in
That's pretty
St.
good.
Petersburg. Yeah. Wonderful.
Thank you
Russian
very
accent.
much. That's the way that it sounds. And I can't help it.
It does. It does.
And we have Flying Blind on a Rocket Cycle for $5. Hi, all. Just wanted to point out how odd it seemed that Richard Crenna reprised his character for Hot Shots Part 2. And it's strangely
Oh, that
worked.
was so weird. Okay. I knew that he did some kind of comedy at some point, and I forgot that it was Hot Shots. It makes perfect sense that it's Hot Shots. So
Yeah,
when I lived in Miami, or close to Miami, I should say, there was a dollar theater that it was one where it was like you had to buy tokens, and then it was like a subway token system. So they barely had anyone watching this theater. Like, and you could go in, and there was a double feature of Aladdin and Hot Shots. And my parents didn't know what Hot Shots was, so we just stayed after Aladdin to watch Hot Shots.
That
Part
is
two,
legitimately a
sorry.
great movie, though. That is a funny.
Yeah.
What a beautiful
I've never
man.
seen Hot Shots, so I don't know.
Oh, come on, guys. We need to throw some. That counts as $5 towards Hot Shots Part 2. As far
There
as
you go.
It's
There
a
you go. We'll do
parody
that.
of Rambo
It's on the
3 and also Top Gun, and also it's kind of I don't know what the best way to compare it to. Like, it's a totally different style than more like Airplane, like the Leslie Nielsen tradition, as opposed to like the Scary Movie tradition.
It's kind of in the
Okay.
middle. It's like a weird it's a different vibe than a lot of those movies. They got a lot of the same beats, but they do it a little differently. The Hot Shots movies
Mhm.
played a lot better.
I think, yeah, Hot Shots is definitely better. I mean, no disrespect to the Scary Movie franchise, but Scary Movie went for weird in a way that, like, you're never outside of the skit. And there are bits in Hot Shots where they're doing something strange, but they're not stopping to mug at the camera.
Well, the one where Charlie and Martin Sheen rode by each other.
I loved you
I
in
loved you in Wall Street. It's so we need to watch that movie. I forgot how good that was.
Oh man, that's been forever.
And then we got one more here. We got $12 from War Machine, Kubo and the Two Strings from
It's a solid
2016.
flick.
I keep hearing about that.
And now I know that the director is the son of Phil Knight. That's I had no idea.
That is crazy. The guy that basically started Nike is doing all these artistic films. Now he's doing He-Man. So
That's
all
right.
Well, thank you guys for all your support tonight. What do you guys got coming up?
Work, all kinds of work. I'm going to be on the no, actually, I'm not going to be on the pro show tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, things are happening. What you all should do is go check out geeksandgamers.com and thatparkplace.com every single day, and tell your friends about it, please.
There you go. Sevi, what do you got coming up?
Yep, I'm gonna be playing Peak with Dreaming Tabitha in about half an hour. So make sure to go check it out on my YouTube channel, which is in my link tree. Give me a follow.
All right. Well, I'm going to be here and there throughout the week. I might join the stream here a little later. I don't know. I'm probably just going to rest though. So I'm going to be getting better from this cold. So, but anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully Jay got home okay. And we will see you later on in the week for Midday Mixer. So bye. Bye, everybody.
Hopefully
Bye.
Jay got homo. Okay.
Bye.